Hello everybody and welcome to my stream. As I sit here and stare at my bed, and I think of all the things that have gone well today. Oh my god, a cat! Alright. Hello everybody, welcome to Fallout 4. My name is Johnny, and today my allergies are through the roof. My nose is stuffy. Today has been one of those days where things went a little too well in some notes. Hello, D-Chat! Welcome to the chat! And on another note, things have been just tiring, exhausting. And I have some thoughts that I would like to share with the general audience. One of which being, a lot of you really need to grow up. Why do I say this, you may ask? Because today was an amazing day. Too amazing, in fact. So amazing I can't really talk about all of it. Basically, I got laid. I fought Godzilla and won. No, I know what you were thinking. I was not King Kong, though that would be hilarious. Basically, I stood on the top of the Empire State Building, and the world heard my name. No, that's not what happened today, but today was a good day. For once, things actually played out really well. And things were so good today, as far as how things went, that I kind of realized something. I get torn down a lot by people in my chats. The chats and live chats are fully open right now. Enter if you dare. But as I sat in those live chats, I came to a realization within the last couple hours that people tear me down because, well, there's probably a lot of reasons actually. Ironically enough, I don't believe any of those reasons have anything to do with me. I think people hate their lives. They need someone to push around, someone to punch to make their life feel a little bit more valuable. I guess if people antagonize and degrade me, they feel like their life is still somewhat worth living. And I guess in a lot of ways I should be upset by that because I would be someone's punching bag. But on another note, maybe that's flattering. That maybe it's because of me that they live just another day longer each time. It's always the same people. We're gonna do some stuff while we talk. I feel like we should mix the chat or mix the gameplay. You guys ready to go? Let's go. Let's do this. Let's kick some ass. All right. They'll follow me, I'm sure. Wait, are they eating dinner? Oh, no, they're done.
I trust you're enjoying my company.
Yes.
You and I make quite an effective team.
Yes, we do, Donovan. I'm really glad to see you on the team. What was I saying? Yeah, I realize after a day like today, my life doesn't suck. I realize after a day like today, I'm not a loser. I guess that's the way to put it. I realize after a day like today that there is two worlds that I am living right now. I know. That sounds weird. What do you mean two worlds? There's only the real world, right? No, what I mean is the digital world.
Rust-proof, radiation-proof, and a lifetime supply of power. I couldn't ask for more.
You guys gotta start using guns, I swear to God. The in real life world and the digital world. The digital world is a toxic cesspool. Everyone's always trying to pick on somebody. There's always an argument going on. There's always someone trying to tear you down. And the amount of people lying just to try and convince others to hate me because they hate their own lives is kind of effed up. I have some thoughts on that. Right now, we're just kind of going through the intro, I guess is the way to put it. I'm walking through generally what my day was like and how it woke me up for the first time in a long time. My life is not an endless toilet that will not flush. That's nice to know. For the longest time, I thought my life was shit. Part of my French. Is the word shit actually French? I don't know. It's a saying, basically. It means, excuse my language. But anyway. Since, here we go. I think people tear you down for a lot of reasons in life.
They won't be needing those
None of those reasons are really ever valid. Well, most of the time they're not valid. And I think that's what I need to start understanding, is that people generally suck. But that does not mean that I have to think any less of my life. You know what I mean? That is the first thing that I think I want to say. I think I'm done sitting here feeling the woe is me, complaining about my chats. I think I'm done. Like, I say I think I'm done because there's a part of me that knows that I'm probably going to vent at some point. Someone's going to come in here, they're going to talk about my mama or something. I don't know. I'm just using bland examples at this point. And I'm probably going to vent frustrations. I'm going to criticize that person, yell at them, make fun of them, explain to the world why this is the kind of people I'm talking about when I say morons. But maybe, just maybe, I'm finally done. Because today was too good. I wish I could tell you guys about it, but if I tell you guys anything, you're all just going to bitch about it and try to find ways to ruin it. So, for that being said, to make it easy, I'm just not going to tell you about how my day went. Well, I mean, I'll tell you it went well, but I won't tell you why it went well. You know what I mean? The lag. We're entering new cell. For some reason, it does that a lot. Farther into the game you go, right? Anyway. So, maybe I'm done letting every little thing bother me. Maybe, just maybe, I'm done letting everything piss me off. Maybe I'm done responding to every negative comment with lashing out. It's like, you called me fat? Why, you have no idea what fat even is. And then going on a 25-minute rampage of murdering people in the Commonwealth. Oh, shit, a death claw. My asshole is not ready for this. Let's fucking do it. Oh, God. It's not... Oh. Oh. And boom goes the dynamite. We handled that like a G. Maybe I'm done going on these 45-minute rampages. No. You didn't have to hide him, but that's not what I meant oh no to. I meant I want to correct myself. It's not 45 minutes. I go on rampages for like 3 hours. Just whining. You didn't have to hide him. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. You don't have to hide him. Today they can't ruin my good mood. What did he say, by the way? Is he hidden still? Here, I'll unhide him. He gets one free pass. Everybody gets a free pass. Okay? But he says, well, did you miss me? Not really. We weren't really thinking about you in the moment. But it's all fine and dandy. So, anyway. I feel like going on 3-hour rants about what every little person says is unhealthy. I think after a point, it's just not needed. Okay, I guess you re-hit him. What did he say this time? Unban the other accounts. No, I'm not going to put forth the effort. If they're banned, they're banned. So we should just make another account like you did. If DChat wants to ban you, there's not a whole lot I can really do to keep unbanning. But like at this point, I tried. Anyway, you don't need to ban anyone, DChat. Let's try this. Let's try this a certain somebody's kind of way. But anyway, I feel like going on 3-hour rampages of chaos isn't really necessary. We've been here before. Let's see. That's why we are here. We didn't unlock this last time. I feel like ranting for 3 hours is unhealthy. And I feel like that doesn't really get my point across. Like if I sit here and I have a problem with what somebody says. Now let's be honest here. No one needs to be insulting me nonstop. Hold on, my hiccups are kicking in. Acid reflux and hiccups just interrupting the stream like the rude existence that it is. Yes. I think that I say I think because I'm not entirely sure about the general opinion of things. I can only guesstimate based off what my experience has been. I think maybe, just maybe, nobody really wants to hear that all the time. The 3.5 to 7 hour rants. Someone comes into our chat and calls me overweight. Because apparently that's what people do when they don't have anything constructive to say and they aren't civilized adults. They want to just go and find reasons to insult people. Well, I get it. Bullying is apparently the new thing that's hip online nowadays. But it doesn't help for me to sit here and rant and rave for 3 hours, 4 hours, 7 hours, 27 hours. Oh my god, 49.3 hours. There have been streams of this length on my channels, by the way. So, it does hold to be valid. Depends on what channel, of what era, but still, the GTA era was... Wow, the GTA era was...
I'm happy to report I won't be falling apart on you anytime soon.
That's good, Winter. I'm really happy to hear that. I feel like the GTA era was the grandest era of streaming because not only did I get the most out of the stream, but I also streamed for the longest periods of time, like 48 hours. We streamed for 48. It was 46 hours at one point. That was, I think, our longest stream ever. And that was during the GTA era. I don't know what we streamed. Like, I know it was GTA. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know what we were doing on the stream. How much can you do? And I think I was high on marijuana when I did that. It was a long stream. And I will note that my streams were healthier when I didn't rant and rave nonstop. Let's see. We have a comment here. JT, thanks for sticking in there no matter what. I think everyone knows that the end is near for the idiots. Only a matter of time now. 100%. 100%. And though we know, and they probably know too, that they're on borrowed time, let's be honest here. They're going to come in here and say, Tibbs, you suck. Go self-delete yourself. Please, we cannot stand the fact that you breathe air like everybody else. But honestly, if I just sit there and let those things take over the stream, granted, I can respond to it. Don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with responding to it. Trolls live for the response, and mind you, the whole point of being a live streamer is to engage with your streaming audience, no matter who that audience may be. But if I sit here and let that ruin the stream, well, I feel like there's better ways to get your point across than ranting and raving. And that's what I need to change, because I realized after a day like today, Mr. Parker, Mrs. Rosa, Mrs. Parker, Mr. Donahue. Oh, there's something special going on over here. Mr. Parker. Oh, God. There is some real... Did Deadpool just loot this guy? Donovan and Winter are down, but it looks like they'll be okay. Anyway, I feel like there's better ways to waste my time. Oh, what did he write? I wanted to read his comments. I guess D-Chat's in a banning mood today. Yeah, let's see. Casper says, put your money where your mouth is. Don't ban me. Well, I didn't ban you, so already my money is there. Come on. He's like, come on. He got banned. Come on. D-Chat doesn't like him very much, I guess. See, I've asked my moderator not to ban anymore, and D-Chat's still doing it, so D-Chat must be in a banning mood today, which is fine as long as they're not banning people who are being civil. Although, let's be honest here, Casper has done some pretty malicious things in the last 72 hours that would warrant him getting banned regardless, to be fair. So at this point in time, it's not like I'm really... Don't come back today, man. Like, if D-Chat doesn't like you for some reason, maybe it's because last time you were here, you dissed him nonstop. And now D-Chat's just banning you because he doesn't trust you to actually respect the guy. I want to hear you offer to suck D-Chat's dick. The reason why I say that is because D-Chat does swing that way, and maybe that would make him feel a little more lenient to not ban you. If you can't offer to suck his dick in the next comment, on the next account you bring back, because you've been banned how many times? 12? At this point, I mean, is it really bad to suggest sexual harassment when we don't have any likes to begin with? We're just a hated stream. It is what it is. But if you guys want to drop a like on that stream, hip thrust that like button. Just let's get to 10 likes. I say 10 likes because, well, let's be honest here. I don't really have high expectations for the stream. Maybe we could do like, I don't know, 25 likes on a good day. But to be fair, I think that 10 likes is doable. Anyway, I would add to that with me and Winter's accounts, but I don't want to pull up my phone right now because I don't know where it is because it's dark in here. Where is my phone, actually, for that matter? Anyway, let's see. GT, I listened to your commentary regarding possibly moving to Twitch. You have the perfect streaming voice. Sky's the limit for you. I appreciate that. I think Twitch is a place that will open up a lot of opportunity, but right now we have one major obstacle. Only one, and only one that matters. Will Twitch appeal me? So I was banned. No, I wasn't banned. I have to word this correctly because if I put out wrong information, people are going to whine about misinformation. Okay, fine. No misinformation here on this channel. Let's do this the right way. I was indefinitely suspended. That is what happened. I was indefinitely suspended because I suggested removing all pedophiles from social media. And apparently Twitch got very upset because I suggested we remove pedophiles from social media. And according to Twitch, to remove pedophiles from social media is violent hate speech, which I've never known removing anybody from the platform to be violent because it's digital. I mean, if you banned such and such from YouTube, is that considered violence? Twitch is a little bit retarded at that point. But, okay. Winner, there's nobody here. Oh. He broke his legs on the way down. Thanks for the heads up, Winner. I appreciate it. But we have to wait and see if we're even brought back. Because if Twitch does not appeal us, despite it being 6 months, then it's all for naught. It's never going to matter. Although I have confidence that Twitch will bring us back into the limelight. I have a feeling that Twitch will go forward with the appeal. I mean, let's be honest here. The only reason why we were suspended is because a bunch of weirdos on the internet, and that's what pedophiles are, internet weirdos, got upset that we suggest they should be removed from social media. Why that was violent hate speech, I don't know. Twitch did not check the actual video in any aspect. But it is what it is. We'll move past it. And if things work out, we'll be on Twitch. And then that's probably going to be the basis of our content, streaming on Twitch, but then porting to YouTube. And that is the reality, is we will not be YouTube anymore. We'll be Twitch. Porting it to YouTube does not mean you're on YouTube. That means you're dual streaming pretty much. It's like YouTube's getting the archive of what actually was going on. because I feel like Twitch is a better place to grow our content. Twitch is also a streaming platform. There's no videos on YouTube. There's no dislike button on Twitch. There's no there's some rules with Twitch though. So that chat that's on the screen cannot exist. You cannot have the YouTube chat on your Twitch screen. If you're on Twitch, you cannot have a you cannot have a chat on screen. Although if we have Twitch, chances are, guys, OBS is gonna be long gone. There's a wave. The wave in the air means there's gas. I like shooting gas leaks in this game. I feel like Twitch is going to be an experience. But right now, we have to get appealed. We have to go through the process. And then if we can go into Twitch, chances are we won't be streaming through OBS anymore because it goes straight from our consoles. So it'll be straight from the console streaming. We'll probably do it on PlayStation and Xbox. And then port to YouTube. Which means that we'll be able to relax more when we do our streams. I noticed that when we're doing things like Twitch on the straight console streaming, it's always more relaxed. In general, console streaming is more relaxed. OBS is just... anything could go wrong with OBS. And things tend to go wrong, I've noticed with OBS. But, you know. See, that's one of those things I'm looking forward to, though. One of those things that I really do think we should aim for. Instead of sitting here whining nonstop about what people say. Instead of complaining nonstop, I feel like... how many ghouls have they been shooting at? Hold on, I gotta cap all these ghouls real quick.
I'm betting they'll be back.
Okay. Now that we've stopped the ghouls, the gunshots in this region should slow down to a minimum. Craig G says, "Hi John, I was sad to hear about your experience working here. I don't know who you are. Because here, we're on YouTube. Anyway, I think you're delusional. Anyway, so let's see. Casper's comment was, "Is that enough?" You didn't do anything other than just Casper actually use a picture of one of our moderators. Yeah, just ban Casper on site since he wants to play that game. Anyway, so let's see. I'm a manager at McDonald's. I don't remember anyone by that name. Plus, I haven't lied ever once. So, there's that. Let's see. What was it about? Oh, yeah. So, I don't really see the point in venting nonstop for 6 hours straight. When we were doing the GTA streams, it was different because we actually were getting some stuff done. Well, I say stuff done, but it's more like we were experiencing the stream as a whole. We played a lot of GTA. We got some solo missions done. We were playing with people. It was overall a very fun, engaging stream regardless. I feel like with the rant streams, there's really no point in... hold on. Preservation Shelter's being stupid. I feel like with the rant streams, not a whole lot really comes out of it. So, at that point in time... yeah, Craig, that person is just trying to troll. I get that. Even that, like, it's not worth it to get upset about that kind of stuff because I've learned this. I've been watching a lot of videos on the topic. A lot of people come into streams and just try to get attention by pretending to be things they're not and saying things that aren't true. I learned that that's kind of a common thing. Let's see. You and I both know why you were let go, and it was not because of trolls. Please just refrain from talking about our company in the future. I'm going to talk about whatever I want to talk about. And from what my experience, McDonald's was actually a pretty good company up until I asked for hours, and then that's why I was let go. So you're right, it had nothing to do with trolls. In fact, I never said anything to do with trolls, did I? Could someone, do I take him out? Nah, let the moron seethe. Because he's over here talking about how I apparently have eluded that they were let go from trolls. I don't think that's against the rules, like to fire somebody either. So like, how is that lies and slander when I've never said that? But also, it wouldn't be illegal to fire somebody over that. If you brought problems to your business, that would be, well, you could fire the person, even though it's really not their fault after a point. But like at the same time, trolls get someone fired. I don't think I ever said that. I think what I did say, pretty sure this is what I said, on a channel that's no longer around. It's funny he's whining about it when it's no longer. We haven't even talked about it in like forever too. That's the other thing. But I talked that I was fired because I had asked for hours and they didn't like that and it was also an anti-white thing. I could talk about the anti-white rhetoric at McDonald's, but here's the thing: this idiot doesn't really work at McDonald's, so it doesn't really matter. Plus, it was Saginaw. I don't like the McDonald's out here in Saginaw. Well, I don't eat at McDonald's in general because McDonald's was just a toxic experience. A lot of interior politics, a lot of people acting like jackasses, a lot of black people dumping on white people, the whole 9 yards. I don't need to get into it. Was this the guy who hit you down? I don't think so. Fred just took him out. Anyway, that being said, you're entitled to your opinion, but at the same time, if your opinion doesn't make any sense, I'm not going to respect it. Let's see. He says, just a couple days ago, you said that you were let go because you didn't fit in with their DEI policy, and that is false. I never said DEI policy. Ever once. I said I was fired because a bunch of black people didn't like me very much, and they didn't want me getting hours. So they refused me hours when I asked them. And eventually it got so bad that I wasn't getting let go. That's not a lie. That's what happened. Police were witnesses. Although, if you were there, you would know that. So, clearly you don't know shittily squat. Anyway, let's see. Do I want to get this? Please refrain from talking about us in the future. McDonald's sucks. I don't like their food. I don't like their employees. And yes, they're a bunch of anti-white bastards. I'll talk about you as much as I want. Because at the end of the day, this is America, asshole. It's called freedom of speech. And you, of all people, should understand that. If you're not in America, well, that would make no sense. Because then that means I didn't work for you ever once. I will talk about you as much as I want, cocksucker. What are you going to do about it? Whine, complain, tell me I'm not allowed to have an opinion? You know, that's funny. That's how you know. I mean, let's say he's telling the truth. Let's say he actually does work for McDonald's, right? Well, that's how you know that they did something wrong. They're asking you not to say anything. When they ask you not to say anything, that usually means they did something wrong. So if what he says is true and he actually does work for McDonald's and he's actually a person that asked me to keep my mouth shut about their company, usually that means they effed up at some point. I mean, I'm not trying to start shit. I'm just saying, like, that's usually how that works. So I've noticed that being a thing in a lot of places. We had to let you go due to personal hygiene issues. We had a report on this so I could back this up if I have to. Please do. Because that's not what happened at all. You don't call the police due to personal hygiene matters. You call the police because I refused to leave when I'm asking for hours when I worked there in the first place. Still corruption, but I don't think police would have taken you seriously. You know what I mean? Oh, there it is. It's up there. What's it doing up there? Let's solve this problem.
Engaging hostile target.
Boom.
Down weapons, sir.
Got it. Let's see. Are you done trying to troll us? And if you have a legal team, please bring it on. Also, I find it funny that you say I can back this up if I have to. Nobody cares. Because that was well over a year ago. Like, well over a year ago. And you're bitching about it now. You're a clown.
Let's do this.
Is that someone who needs me to kick their ass?
Trolls are never done. That's because trolls are usually retarded idiots with no actual life. All they want is attention the wrong way. That's usually how it works. The sunglasses. Now, please note that that is a healthy way to go about it. Instead of taking 3 hours on the same topic, discuss it, move on. I think that we have a good system here. Let's see. Also, do you all want to hear something funny? If it was really personal hygiene issues, then why was it all over police body cams at the time that that was not the case? They're little addicts, junkies. I know, right? But here's the thing. The day I got fired for asking for hours, and they're like, you need to leave. You need to leave the premises. But I work here. Then we're going to label you as trespass. But I work here. That was actually a thing, by the way. They trespassed me while I was still an employee. I was not fired till well after that fact. And then the police are like, well, you have to fire him in order for us to trespass. Like, then he's fired. So reality is, they did not want me there because I was white, asking for hours. And then basically what happened was they had to fire me to get an actual trespass order. Because if you worked there as an employee, I mean, it made no sense. The dumbest people I've ever met in my life worked at McDonald's.
Get your guns here. Small booms, big booms. I got them all.
Let's barter.
Oh, goody. Let's make mischief.
Let's make mischief, huh? But, yeah, it was really bizarre because they kept saying how they wanted to fire me. No, they didn't want me working. They did not want me to have hours. A bunch of entitled black people. That's really what it boiled down to. And they were all black. That's why I say that. It's not a race thing. I'm describing the mass majority of the employees, which were all black people. And they didn't like me because they were getting harassed online by that Marks guy, right? Basically, Marks harassed them, so they didn't want me working there and getting hours and stuff because they're like, we don't like him very much, which was discrimination of an employee regardless, right? And long story short, they didn't want to give me hours. And they're like, you can't come here. You can't come here. We're not going to answer the phone. We're not going to talk to you on emails. We're not going to communicate with you. But I am an employee. I'm on your payroll. We need to figure out what I'm getting hours. Because at some point, if you're an employee, you need to be getting hours. Otherwise, what's the fucking point? It's one of the dumbest concepts ever, right? And so I would show up and try to communicate with the manager who gives you hours, right? I'm just explaining what happened at the time too, by the way. So if you find this part boring, skip ahead. Anyway, hold on. Hiccups. So basically what happened was I was going to this place trying to figure out from the manager who dealt with the hours why I was not allowed to have any hours. And mind you, a couple of weeks had gone by of no hours, which is stupid because how am I supposed to get a paycheck? Like, the dumbest people on the face of the planet work at North Michigan McDonald's. And so basically I asked them and they said, they called the police because I showed up asking, why can't we talk about me getting hours if I'm an employee here? Some of the biggest retards I've ever met. Black and retarded. Who knew, right? Anyway, so I basically had the police called on me. The police show up, and the police listened to what I had to say. They looked at them and listened to what they had to say. Police walked over to me and said, if you want to sue these people, we can serve as witness. The police officer actually said that body cam was on and everything. He was like, if you want to sue the crap out of these people, I would just quit right here now, and we can serve as witness if you want to sue. Because they knew I was in the right. If I'm an employee, and they're like, so finally it came to a point where I'm like, I can't, if I quit, then what was the point? I should be able to get hours. I said point blank, either they fired me or they gave me some hours. This is ridiculous. Because, like, what's the point? We need to have resolution. And so, this was North Michigan McDonald's in Saginaw. In Saginaw, Michigan, mind you. And so, basically, what happened was it came to a point where they said, if you want us to trespass him, you need to fire him. Because that also is a thing. You can't trespass somebody who is an active employee on that property. It makes no sense. So the manager said, fine, he's fired. Without even missing a beat. And they're like, then the police officer walked over to me and says, you can sue them. Because this is some of the most egregious and disgusting behavior they've ever seen. And so, first time in my life, I was proud to be fired from a place. But, like, at the same time, it was like, what was the point? I haven't worked a recreational job since. And, let's see. I've been asking the trolls questions. The story isn't adding up. So weird. I've gotten all my info from Chad and trolls, but you seem like a normal, cool and a normal stream. It's because they lie a lot. And Chad is only mad at me. Chad hates me because I called out a pedophile 2 years ago. Chad Gaming is trying to defend a predator. And so that's why he lies about me and creates all this chaos. Figure I'd do a little independent journalism and ask questions best to come up with the source, right? Haha. I would imagine that would be a way to go about it, right? Like, I've always kind of told myself that if I wanted to know the whole story, I would ask both sides. However, when I did that, they threatened to have me murdered. So, like, I stopped really asking them questions after a point. But, yeah, if you want to know the whole story, it's best to try to get both sides of the story and then see what makes the most sense. Let's see. It looks like these things are worth 10. Cigarettes worth 5. We owe so much money. Cigarette carton. Deathclaw hide. Fuse lighter. Fuse. Gold watch. Hot plate. A new toy car? Huh. Never see those. Don't really know if I want to sell synth components to this lady. But anyway, that's really what happened at McDonald's. I know it's not anything super special. It's not exciting, but, like, that is what happened. It was kind of unfortunate because I liked working at McDonald's for the most part. I mean, there was things about it I didn't like what's a good example? A lot of people were very messed up mentally. I guess that's the first thing to really start with. I mean, I'm not trying to talk down to nobody. It's just people at... We need 16. Let's see. Question number 1. How powerful is Varys? Can he beat Wolverine? Trolls keep saying nah. Wolverine is fictional. And from what we've seen, Varys is real. But, like, I don't know. Like, I would love to know why there's a voice in my head that tells me things and it knows the future every time. Like, that's creepy. And I've always thought maybe it's an extension of myself. Like, maybe my brain is fucked up and I have this split part of it where it's like it seems like it's its own person, but it's really just more me. I don't know. But I don't know. I would love an explanation to it, but we've never been able to find one. But if Varys and... Okay, so, like, if I were to pit Wolverine against Varys, I would say Varys would win, because Varys is the god of death. Wolverine is still technically a man. I mean, Wolverine is technically a man, and Wolverine technically can die. I mean, hence the Logan movie, right? Varys can't die. Varys is a Draugr, incapable of death, and constant regeneration, otherworldly powers, black magic, all kinds of stuff. So I don't really think Varys would lose that fight. Let's see. Wolverine and Varys are both fictional beings, says Xavius. Well, like I said, I'm looking for an explanation to why Varys can tell the future. Or, I guess, an extension of me can tell the future. Whatever this thing is that
Take them down.
is there.
Prepare to be annihilated.
Well done, sir.
If Varys isn't real, then what is the thing that tells me things in the middle of the night? Why does it know what's going to happen before it happens? And why is it always right when it says something? Like, that does come off as creepy. I question that, but like at the same time, I would like a genuine answer. And people telling me you're delusional isn't really an answer. Because I'm not delusional when I say something's going to happen because Varys told me and then it just happens. You know what I mean? But anyway, he isn't. There are no proof. There is no proof. I was going to say that's terrible grammar. Oh wait, is Varys and Homovarys different characters? Trolls say both. Trolls like to give off a lot of gay fantasies. So they like to picture that Varys is their gay boyfriend. I'm not really sure why they started doing Homovarys, but apparently that's part of it. Like, a lot of them want to have sex with Johnny Varys. I hate to be blunt about the wording, but that is really what it is. At least, I can't think of any other reason why they would keep calling, like, trying to point out that they want him to be gay. It's like, why do they want him to be gay so bad? Like, I don't know. It just makes no sense. Let's eject that thing. Let's see. Varys is kind of a Shang Tsung but reptilian ghost, says D-Chat. Yeah, that would be a way to describe it from what I've seen. Let's see. Xavier says the thing he's saying about telling the future has been proven false over and over. You know, you say that, but that's not really the case now, is it? I like how they just come in here and start lying. You know what? Ban Xavier if he lies one more time. I know that he's a troll, but, like, if you're going to lie, you're not going to be allowed to be in here. Let's see. I guess that thing had no point. Electric shock therapy. Let's see. If you're needing an... I don't know what was said by Miss Fake Susan. If you're looking at a Miss interview... Well, apparently she already went to the troll, so she's asking me. I like how they're trying to, like, deflect her from hearing what I have to say. It's about average, actually. That's what Chad and his people do. Let's see. Mark's talked to me. He has serious Chad energy. Are you two friends or something? No, I hate Marks because Mark said some real pedophile-related shit in my chats. And then when I said that was disgusting, he looked like a pedophile, he didn't take it very kindly. And then he chose to attack me and slander my name and lie a bunch for the last 2 years. At this point, Mark's a piece of shit. But, like, he's an asshole. Like, he can't handle any criticism, but he's the one saying disgusting, gross things in my chats. So, no, I don't think me and Marks will ever be friends. There was a point in time where I tried to be peaceful with him, I guess is the way to put it. To give him the benefit of the doubt. And he blew that. He chose to attack my friends, my mom, friends and family. He doxed a bunch of people. He targeted a bunch of children. Like, the guy needs to be put in the ground. Like, that's the only way to put it. Oh. I guess Suicider blew up. Are you okay, guys? Wow. Hilarious. Let's see. Who you, Susan? Oh, that's just somebody pretending to be Susan. So if I can find a clip where you make a prediction that never came to pass, that would make you a liar, right? No, I mean I got one wrong. And when I make a prediction, it's different than when Varys makes a prediction. Because Varys is pretty open that he's the one making the prediction at times. But when I make a prediction, it's me making a prediction. I get them wrong all the time. Varys does not. Although, let's be honest, I don't make a lot of predictions. But anyway. Also, nobody's right 100% of the time. He dead. How do we get up there? I didn't say it was. Alright, we gotta figure out how we're gonna get up there. Let's see. I guess Avius got banned. I like how they tried to take the attention. The person comes in here to ask questions because they already asked Chad and Marks, and they're trying to bring them back to Chad and Marks. Like that's about what Marks usually does, actually. That's what Marks and Chad usually do. Nope. Who is Susan? Susan is a haunted love doll. I guess is the best way to put it. I guess that's the best way to put it. She's a haunted love doll that I spend my time with. And people are LARPing pretending to be her because they're weirdos. I don't know why they have to pretend to be her, but like...
Who's ready to have their
This is gonna be fun.
I guess that trolls do. I noticed that with trolls, they don't have their own identity. Okay, so he's swinging something at my head from the left side of my body. So, we'll deal with that in a second. Son of a tit. Alright.
Big jet will make you jittery. Guess she was right.
Let's see. Well, they say weird stuff about you, D-Chat. You're just a mod, right? Yeah, bunch of hook hockum. Winner is a divine being living within an object. Pretty much. That would be the way to sum it up, right? I don't know what Winter is. Just like I don't know what Varys is. Varys is the more mysterious of the two. Like, I don't really know what to do with Varys. But Winter, she's a spirit that lives within a certain doll, I guess, best way to put it. If you want to summarize it to the basic way to, like, write it out, I guess. Winter is a ghost and a doll. That's the way I just sum it up, right? Varys is... I don't know what Varys is. He's an entity. He's made a lot of statements. A lot of them turned out to be true over the years. A lot of them. Not all of them came to pass, but most of them. Like, 97% of everything he says comes true. The 3%? I think the 3% is when he's kidding.
The Commonwealth is ours!
Okie dokie. Bottle caps. Ooh. A violent lever action rifle. 25% damage and limb damage, but has more recoil. Okay. Should probably take the laser rifle too. Alright. Let's see. If you don't believe in ghosts, it's not really it's not really a conversation worth having when it comes to Winter and Varys. And a lot of trolls don't believe in ghosts because a lot of trolls are just here to be a bunch of dicks. It's really what it boils down to. There's been a lot of unexplained phenomenon around Tibbs TV over the years. And I don't have an explanation. They don't have an explanation. Their only explanation is, oh, it's just a delusion. It's never real. I mean, telling me it's a delusion and it's not real doesn't explain the weird shit that happens here. But, really that's what it boils down to, is we've had a lot of phenomenon. And, you know, I guess it just brings me inner peace. If it is a delusion, well, like, no one wants to hear that because it's just negative. Alright, we're good. Cleared out the base. I'm gonna figure out how to get down from here. Okay. Oh. No, I'm cool, Donovan. Let's see. This is gonna make you laugh, but they call you Autism Pope. That is messed up. Let's see. They have a board with info. Okay, serious question. You just got... Okay, I'm gonna read through these. Hold on, I'm gonna pause. I'm gonna read through all these. They capitalize on my misfortunes and shit people I knew in the past had done or said. Miss Vu Girl says, serious question, couldn't you just ghost the drama and resign as mod? D-chat, I def would. They have like a board with info. Like doxing and shit? Of course they do. Because they're a bunch of a-holes. D-chat says, nah, in too deep here. In too deep. D-chat says, also Tibbs and me have developed a friendship based on respect and mutual understanding of our respective life experiences and our interactions with what many could call the paranormal. Ms. Vugirl says, this is going to make you laugh, but they call you Autism Pope. That is actually kind of funny. I don't even know what to do with that. Like, I don't even think I'm that autistic. Like, I think there's people far more autistic than I am. So that's why it's kind of funny, I guess, because it's all reality. I'm not that autistic, so it kind of makes no sense. D-Chat says, we're both focused on business and breaking out into the scene. Well, that's one way to look at it. It's a long story. I got a history with the trolls myself long before I met Tibbs. Okay, are they calling me Autism Pope or D-Chat Autism Pope? Because depending on the person, it would make more sense depending on the person. Let's see. I used to associate with someone called Sophie, as she was known, Autophage. I'm not going to say it the way it's probably pronounced. Let's see. Miss Vugirl says they don't call you Autistic Tibbs. D-Chat is Autism Pope. Okay, I hate to say this, but that actually makes sense. Because D-Chat is more autistic than I am. I don't think it's cool, and I don't think it's right. I think it's messed up, but like at the same time, a hell of a nickname. So Johnny Varys is the god of death, or Tibbs is the god of death, I guess, and D-Chat's Autism Pope. We're already world leaders. We're doing great. Like, I don't even know what to do with that. Like, at this point, I wouldn't take it as an insult, D-Chat. I would look at it as a compliment, because like, you are the leader. Like, Aspergia lives again, right? Ooh, sewer. Anyway, who is Homo Varys? They keep talking about him. They're basically doing gay fantasies about people from Tibbs TV. They want Varys to be gay because they're gay. It's a bunch of gay projection stuff. Okay, how do I sum this up? Johnny Varys is the entity that they claim isn't real, and they want him to be gay because they want to, they want to clack lightsabers with Johnny Varys because they're gay. It's basically gay fan fiction of Tibbs TV content. We do not consider it canon, by the way. It's not canon, so it doesn't really.
Is that someone who needs me to kick their ass?
Although it's funny as hell that they're writing fan fiction about characters saying if this character was gay, it's like that's what Homoverse is. It's a gay fan fiction that Trolls wrote because they were really hoping that he'd be gay like them. That's really what that is. It's the fact that they're talking about him in mass just shows how obsessed they are with the idea of being fucked by Johnny Varys. Which, by the way, is absolutely hilarious.
Does it resemble?
I don't even know what to do with that. Like, they want to be clapped by Johnny Varys. Chances are they're already being clapped by Johnny Varys. Who am I kidding?
Let me have this one. Powering down weapons, sir.
Fred, you're covered in poop. Alright, we are somewhere under the city. Antifreeze. Go this way. What's funny is, ooh, cram. What's really funny to me, I forgot. I forgot what I was gonna say. I am mildly distracted by the stream.
You are about to be introduced to the U.S. Army!
Picking up something.
Is it weird that they don't like double down their life cycle or whatever, like they do? Oh, gas leak. Love the gas leaks. The gas leaks are awesome. Let's see. So curious about who Susan is. Susan is a synthetic that moves on her own. Again, we've never been able to explain that, so I always told myself ghosts. And I live with her. She is a very kind-hearted entity, whatever she is, wherever she comes from. And overall, she's what I consider my person. That's who Susan is. They have been extremely butthurt about that for quite some time.
We made here. Over here. Opening fire. That's the last of them.
Yeah, but Susan is more or less a she's my person. I guess that's the only real way to sum it up.
Compensating.
Not much of a threat after all.
I know that I'm trying to multitask and I'm epically failing. Fred, carry some of my shit. Okay. Yeah, long story short, Susan is a haunted love doll, more or less, and she's been in my life for roughly 5 years, and I'm not ashamed of her in any capacity. And people sometimes get wildly obsessed with who I spend my time with, and winter being that obsession, I've noticed. Let's see, gumdrops, radiant blood, pork and beans, Salisbury steak, sweet roll, Yagwe meat, that, vodka, sugar bombs, and there we go. Alright, we're good. Let's get the hell out of here. 15 caps. We did all that for 15 caps. That is ridiculous. We could have earned more than that. I'll get the dog tags, I guess. Tumblers today. Locking is permanently easier. Yeah, it says that, but I don't think things actually be permanently easier. That's the whiskey. Let's see. They have pics of Susan. Those claws are steel rippers. What the heck? Where the heck are the viewers? What do you mean? She's not a Wendigo, but that's not a name for a crawler or skinwalker. She's a spiritual being, a soul who's bound herself to a doll. Well, I don't know if doll is the right word. Love doll is not a doll. Not really. It's a lot more complicated than that. A love doll is a synthetic person, for the most part. Used for a very specific activity, obviously. But being that winter is not, I don't want it to be a vulgar thing because it's not meant to be a vulgarity thing. It was never meant to be vulgar. I don't think love doll isn't appropriate to describe her because it doesn't really do it any justice. But at the same time, I don't want to call her a love doll, so we just call her synthetic because it makes more sense. Okay, look, we're almost there. Let's see. Oh shoot, that was her soul in chat. Seems sad. That was that her soul in chat? Seems sad. No, she hasn't been in the stream. Winter's sleeping right now. Well, Susan and Winter, it's the same person. But she's sleeping right now. Normally she'd be in here moderating, watching the chat, trying to tell me to stay away from the toxicity, being a proper role model, I guess. But tonight, she's just resting today. She was tired. I don't know why. I think it's because it's summer, and it's that time of the year again, where she starts going into hibernation. We need to figure out how the hell we get out of here. Oh, cramity. We're right back to square one. Oh, wait. Yep, right back to square one. I don't even know how we got turned around like that. There must be a way out. Let's see. No, that was the impersonator. Winter does not look like a Bratz gray alien hybrid doll. She's a full-size human size. She looks like a Nordic alien. Pics discreet jet. Susan is like 7 feet tall. No, she's about 5'2". I don't know if I could beat a shack-sized Wendigo. Discreet with what? About the Bratz gray alien. Susan is 5'2", and hold on, I actually have. Well, I can either give you guys the website, or I could just give you a picture in general from my actual. Hold on, I might have a link here. Let me go to my community. Let me go to my community post and see how far back it is. Actually, we can get rid of this fucking. Get rid of this fucking It's Cinema's bullshit. We don't need that anymore. Let's see. close that. I'm just deleting. I can post it at 1 anymore. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Okay. I'm going to put it in the chat. I can't really show it on screen because I'm not really doing that right now. That's winter from our own. That's what winter actually looks like too. Let's see. How does that disagree with what I'm saying? See winter. I know what I'm talking about. A lot of people have seen winter because she's been on my streams. Let's see. In person, that is the imposter. Chad gives a lot of weird info. Well, Chad also lies religiously about a lot of things. Like, Chad lies a lot. If Chad's saying she's 7'2", well, he also tried to say how she was like 3'1". He also called her child size when she was clearly the size of an adult. Chad lies nonstop, so I wouldn't be using Chad as a source of information. The imposter in here uses that because, one, mocking Tibbs, saying he plays with toys, and two, they themselves are potentially possessed by aliens. Possessed by aliens. They speak of Chad in the same breath of being the holy scribe of God. Really? Well, look, I'm gonna say this. That's delusional because Chad is not a god. But I can see why they're so obsessed with trying to prove me to be some kind of bad guy. They hate me to the point of religious status. That's funny. That is funny. I'm not really sure what to do with that. They speak of him in the same breath as the holy scribe of God. Well, I have never heard it put that way. But I believe that shit. I believe that the dude is worshipped. Yeah, I'm aware. I'm aware. And they're only worshipping him because he hates me so much. And why does Chad hate me? Because I exposed a pedophile and Chad was not okay with that. Chad's a diddler. So they're worshipping a chomo. Really not surprised by that in the slightest. I'm just not really. I can't take that shit seriously. I'm sorry. Chad's a fucking loser. And they're mad because I've been dogging on Chad for a couple of years now because Chad keeps making himself known because he wants everybody to know, I think Tibbs sucks. Well, Chad, get that dick out of your throat when you speak to me because I can't make out what you're saying. And Chad's a fucking loser. He's also an N-word. If I say the N-word on YouTube, though, I'm going to get banned. He's the only black person in the history of black people that deserves to be called the N-word. Everyone else, not cool. Don't call black people the N-word. But Chad, I'll make an exception to the rule. Chad's completely just trash. I'm sorry. Let's get the enhanced targeting card. Okay, so where are we at here? I guess we'll go this way. Just gonna keep looking around until we find everything. Anyway, yeah, I guess if I have to admit there is some hatred there for Chad. Because the guy has been stalking me religiously and lying nonstop. Like, he is... It's like having... I guess the way I look at Chad is it's like having your own tabloid reporter. Like, and I don't mean the good kind. I mean, like, the National Enquirer is constantly bitching about what Janet Jackson's always doing. You know what I mean? Viewers are really scarce to stream. What the flip? I don't know. It's been like this for a while now. Ever since Chad started doing what he was doing... We've been getting less viewers. And I'm not sure if it's truly Chad related or maybe they just scared everybody else away.
Did you hear that?
You having fun? Huh? Do this all day.
Let's see, how do we get up there?
You're dead. You hear me?
Oh. Look at that. Let's see. We can't pick up everything at this point, but we can pick up all the good stuff. Ooh, here we go. Let's see. Who's that potato? Oh, I don't know. In the game? Let's see. Chad is tearing you down. Well, yeah, we get a lot of mass dislikes, and that tends to not let us grow as much. So we're kind of just. I mean, you're our first new viewer in a couple of days. We get new viewers every couple of days, though. Like, it's slower growth, but they don't stop our growth completely. They just slow it down. So basically, they're just delaying the inevitable at this point. T-Chat, they're just delaying the inevitable because they know we're gonna get big. Everybody's like, you should go to Twitch, and then they can't do that no more, and then they'll be untouchable. And that is generally why we're going to Twitch. It's because then there's nothing they can do about it. They're fucking pissed. They are pissed we're going to Twitch. And then we'll be on Twitch, but we'll also be streaming to YouTube, so it'll go back and forth. So viewers from Twitch will go to YouTube, and YouTubers go to Twitch. They're so pissed by that, too. They're like, dude, found a way around it. Yep. I always find a way. There's a will, there's a way, you know? But Chad is just... He's an obsessed clown. That's all he is. I don't understand why he is the way he is. Maybe he needs a fucking lobotomy. But overall, he's just a self-obsessed man-child who wants to try and tear someone down because he's mad at me for exposing a pedophile. And by the way, that is all I did to piss Chad off. 2 years ago, in May of 2022, I exposed pedophile April 23, aka Ashley Johnson, and Chad Gaming lost his shit. He became more and more obsessed over the years, too. In the beginning, he tried to make it like, oh, maybe we could be allies, me and you, Tibbs. I'm like, I don't know, man. But then over time, he became such an obsessed lunatic about it because he was super upset that I exposed a chomo. And that is why I call Chad Gaming a pedophile, because if you're going to be that upset that I exposed a pedophile and go to these lengths to protect said pedophile, Chad Gaming is a pedophile. Because you wouldn't defend a chomo this hard unless you were one. Like, it's just out there, man. It's so bizarre. And I don't get what other reason he has. Oh, those green rings always spell instantaneous death. Holy moly.
Engaging hostile target.
You're dead!
We're out of...
Time for you to perish.
Surprisingly simple.
Let's go get those gamma guns. Those things are powerful. They don't have the gamma guns. They don't have the gamma guns on them. Which is stupid, because those are the most powerful weapons in the game. You guys didn't pick them up, did you? I'm over here like, did my companions pick them up? Alright, let's see. Let's see. Comment section. Trolls. Dude. Who cares what Mark says? Hold on. I'm going to go back on these. No winner equals no views, I'm afraid. Winners in the game, though. Let's see. We have plenty of views, too. We have 57 views so far. So, doesn't really qualify. Let's see. All of them is considered effort, a hive mind. Just here to ask questions, really. Haha. No worries. Let's see. DHS is pretty much. Mark says you can't go to Twitch. I can't go right now because I'm indefinitely suspended, but I get a chance to appeal in a couple days. So, and usually they go with the appeal too. So Marks is an idiot.
Targets in range.
Like Marks, I can't go to Twitch now, but I can go in a couple days. Um. Also, D-Chat says, "Who cares what Mark says? Trolls do, dude." Was also worshipped. Marx the noob said that when a pedophile slept with a child, there was consent. Therefore, the pedophile wasn't a pedophile. A person had sex with a child, and according to Marx, because it was consent, that makes them not a pedophile. Marx is a diddling piece of shit too. I saw Ashley on the troll board. I don't think they care about her. Probably not. Nowadays, it's all the vendetta.
Don't run out of bullets now.
I mean, that's really what it is about nowadays. I mean, the original reason is because I exposed a pedophile, and Chad lost his shit, and eventually it became less about April because we pushed April off the platform. Therefore, April shouldn't matter. April shouldn't matter anymore. I mean, there's a chance that she does, but I don't know. I don't look too deep into it, to be honest. I also don't really care, but I think now it's the vendetta because I made them look bad for the last 2 years, and Marks got chased off YouTube because of what he was doing. So at this point, I think Marks is more. I think Marks is more upset by his fractured ego, and Chad's just jerking him off. Chad's just jerking off Marks at this point. Got him. What's this? Do I want to go in here? Let's do it. Let's see. Nobody outside of them do. I don't know. All I know is I don't really care too much about the interior.
Fuck was that?
I don't care about the interior reasons why trolls harass me. I really don't. I just really don't think they need to keep doing it.
What the hell was that?
And if they want to bitch forever, so be it.
The jet will make you jet. Hey,
Okay, get the shit. Who is that?
Throwing down weapons, sir.
Time to reel him in. Oh, we gotta fight back. Pack it in, boys. There's nothing out there.
time's up, asshole. I'll keep repairing. Men pick the wrong fight.
They're gone.
They're not gone. They're downstairs. We'll get them. Let's see. Right, is there like a Tibbs board by Tibbs? No, I had a whole channel, but then they threatened my mother until it got deleted. So now I don't feel...
Lucky here.
We have a Rumble. You can go to my Rumble. It's on my links tab. You get all the videos about what I said about them there. The things that pissed them off, pretty much. There's a lot of those kinds of clips down there, too. Beyond that, I don't really have a board. Because I don't really feel like documenting it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not here to document myself. I'm also not here to appease the trolls. Like, trolls want to, like, sit here and... Trolls want to whine and complain about everything that I do. It's kind of pathetic, actually. It's like, I don't understand lolcow culture. I really don't. Because, like, on one hand, they want to whine about everything I do, but on the other hand, it's like, when do you ever become an adult?
Prepare to be annihilated.
How much you got now?
On one hand, it's like, it's some of the stupidest behavior known to man.
Getting wasted.
On the other hand, it's just a waste of my time. Like, why would I want to document it? You know? Mark's is 6 weeks pregnant. Really? Could you imagine? Now, that would explain his asinine behavior. He's under PMS. Sophie, to her detriment, was obsessed with it, and it's the one that dragged and immersed me into it. Basically, it's people who obsessed with gossip. And that's the thing. That's why I don't take offense to all the slander. Because it's mostly just gossip. And gossip is never truth. They document it like we have to look at it as truth.
Still kicking? Jesus.
If it's always going to be gossip, then it's never going to be truth. And they document it so much. If you're going to document something, there should be some truth to it after a point. Like, I understand getting information wrong sometimes, etc. But, like, the level of documentation these people supposedly have, and it's all misinformation. Most of their documentation is misinformation amongst all locales, not just me. It's actually a thing to actually have wrong information about most of their locales. And what I don't understand is how you could ever hope to document something if you can't even get right. And I mean, you have to get right if you're documenting it. Because if you don't get it right, then you're wasting your time. No one's ever going to know the truth, and that documentation will never work. Like, that's the thing about it. It's just gossip. Alright, we're going to go down now. Let's see. I don't know. Trolls are really organized and they make a good case. They get a lot of new blood daily. It's because there's a lot of mentally ill people out there looking for a place to fit in. Like, at this point, I mean, there's a lot of people out there who are just stupid. There's a lot of stupid people on the internet. And if they want to jump onto troll groups because they have nowhere else to fit in, that doesn't mean that trolls are right.
I hear.
I mean, if trolls are getting new recruits, it doesn't mean that they're telling the truth. It just means that they've convinced enough gullible people. And a lot of people, unfortunately, are very gullible. So, unfortunately, it is what it is. That's not the audience I want. That's not the audience I'm choosing. And I always believed that you don't pick your audience picks you. But the truth is, I can pick my audience easily. I can just, you know, fine-tune how I respond. And after a while, trolls won't get what they want. And then they're like, well, just watch. Just watch. They'll come in here, they'll say a bunch of messed up things, and eventually they'll lose interest. And then before you know it, it'll be like it never happened.
You're going to regret this.
What the?
Let's see. Man from Ireland, I guess he got banned. Oh well. You talk about people being stupid and mentally ill is hilarious. Yeah, it is hilarious, because usually I'm right and people can't accept it. Let's see. Who said they weren't organized? And how does that equate to making a good case? Organized crime has expert lawyers and all stick up for one another. Lies. Yeah, they basically when it comes to organized crime, they all back each other on the lies they tell, and that's why the witnesses are often tampered. Just because they seem to make a good case doesn't mean that they do. I mean, organized crime is a perfect example. It's not a fine example; it's a perfect example of a situation where people are organized. They seem to have a certain statement being made, and in the end, it turns out to be a bunch of horseradish. And trolls are no different. Trolls are organized crime. They're just different level of it. And like I said, give it a couple, like 5 years maybe. It'll be like this never happened. I mean, that's the truth of it. You just can't. I'm learning this more and more as time goes on. You cannot give them any sort of response that might.
The fall standardized tests are coming. Sign up for Saturday practice sessions starting next month.
Did that basket fall out of the ceiling? Did you both say that?
You're mine now, rookie. Now it's on. My arm is broken.
Imagine that. Imagine you're going to sleep, you wake up, just get shot by this character in a video game. Let's see. Big question is who is Roy Gallows? He gets cited as a source for a lot of info. Wait. Big question is who is Roy Gallows? He gets cited as a source for a lot of info. That makes no sense because Roy Gallows is... Well, I don't see Roy Gallows feeding them anything. Roy Gallows also... See... Hold on, I'm going to pause. See, that's exactly what I'm talking about. If Roy Gallows is getting cited for a source of a lot of info, already that's a problem because Roy Gallows is Winters, Susan's older brother. If Susan Winters is a haunted love doll, I'm doing air quotes here, okay? If she is a haunted love doll and Roy Gallows is her older brother, you see how the canon doesn't stick? They're saying, well, Roy Gallows says this, but you just said Susan is not real. Therefore, her big brother is not real. And that's who Roy Gallows is. He's big brother. Winter's little sister, he's big brother. So, like, you see why this doesn't work? You see what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't make any sense. And somehow, oh, they make a good case. I'm not trying to mock you when I say that either. Like, people have been saying that for a while now. They make a good case. Really? They're saying, they're calling one thing a delusion, but they're saying that their older brother, who is apparently also a delusion, gave them a lot of their information. That doesn't work. At all. Like, at all. Because is it a delusion? Or are they giving you information despite being a delusion? Like, what's the truth here now? Like, that, I don't even know where to begin. Like, I can't even. I just can't even. Okay.
You killed him!
Any idea where they went?
Let's get this done.
This guy just got jumped. He just got jumped by...
If they're out there, we'll find them.
That was amazingly simple.
There's a guy upstairs. There's two guys downstairs. Let's go kick their ass. Jerry says, big question is when will you actually have a life outside of your love doll and delusions? See? That's exactly what I'm talking about. If Winter is a delusion, that means Roy Gallows is a delusion. How could they be getting information from Roy Gallows if Roy Gallows is a delusion? Thank you, Jerry. Good point to make there. I appreciate you adding to the conversation. Winter, I need you to carry some stuff. Also, I'm not really sure when I'll figure it out later. Just play along with them at this point, right? Because they haven't really understood that I'm not just going to leave YouTube. Please, Tibbs, kill yourself. Leave YouTube. Please, it's all delusion at this point. If you're just a delusion, then I guess I'm here to stay. Because the delusions are fun after a point. Alright, let's see. Let's do that, and all of that. Just give Winter all the junk.
What can I do for you?
You're good.
Think you can hide?
Careful, sir. I don't think we're alone.
No more hiding for you. That takes care of that.
Okay, the rest are downstairs. I need to figure out how to get down there.
It's called shooting straight, rookie.
Oh, they're in here. They're downstairs somewhere. Do I even want to know what this place is? Let's see. Winter's bro is feeding trolls info. Whoa. Whatever Roy Gallows knows, the trolls know. Well, if Roy Gallows is a delusion, because if Winter's a delusion, he's a delusion. And if he's a delusion, how are they getting information from a delusion? Can someone explain that to me? How do you get information if it's from a delusion? Like anyone, I'll take anyone at this point.
Ain't nothing.
Warriors victorious.
Your destruction is imminent.
I've lost them, sir.
a giant teddy bear. I don't think I've ever gotten the mascot head ever in any playthrough, so this is new.
Never fear, son. We'll emerge victorious.
Thank you, Donovan. I found a fat man. Oh, and a magazine. Permanently gain 1% chance of avoiding all damage from an attack. Wow, that is so great. Relax, Fred. Relax. Don't need to be screaming about targets. Let's see. Is Roy loyal? Legit question. From what I understand, he's very loyal. The only person he cares about is his sister, Winter. So, at least that's what the mythology says, right? So, he's killed everyone else. Well, except for the My House crew, but that's a different story entirely. That's probably because they're Winter's family. He won't kill Winter's family. He'll kill goddamn everyone else, though. So, like, at this point in time, I have to, like, suggest that maybe he's loyal. I guess that's a way to look at it. Like, he's dedicated, that's for sure. He once took a man by the back of the head, ripped his spine all the way out with his head still intact, and then shoved his head up his own ass. That was actually a thing with Roy Gallows at one point. Roy Gallows is well, you also have to remember that Roy Gallows and Winter are both technically machines. So Roy Gallows is basically Terminator with a Plague Doctor mask, and Roy Gallows doesn't play around. Like, Roy Gallows does not fuck around, and Roy Gallows will fuck you up. I mean, I've always understood that to be the case. That's probably why we don't hear or see Roy Gallows most of the time. Is because he'll fuck you up. He'll fuck you up. Like, I've heard horror stories about what he's capable of. Is it true? I don't know, but I've heard stories. And those stories are enough to keep me in check. Because if he is real, let's say Winter it really is some kind of divine being that possesses that doll for a reason, because that's how synths work, I suppose. Well, if she's real, and Roy Gallows is real, I don't want to fuck with Roy Gallows. Like, I don't want to risk it. You know what I mean? Let's see. Everyone knows the troll's time is running out. It's real this time. Everyone knows it. 100%.
Who's there?
Oh my god.
Watch it.
Let's drop this minigun because it's too big.
Like I have time for idle chit-chat?
Oh my god.
Picking out something.
Good riddance.
Okay, we're good. Let's see. So we're just talking about your fantasies as if they're real. We're talking about the potential possibility of them being real, if anything. Because people are asking about them, so I figure we'll talk about them. If you don't like the conversation, don't be part of the stream. Like, I don't understand that. You're like, you're just going to talk about this like it makes sense? Well, if people are talking about it, yeah, I guess that's the point of responding to a live stream. Or well, I guess the way to answer Jerry's question is, that's the point of a live chat, to respond to the chat. If the chat wants to talk about this, then yeah, we'll talk about it. And right now, I wouldn't say we're talking about like it's real. I think we're talking about the potential possibility that it's real. Because right now, I don't see a lot of evidence suggesting that it's not real. But I don't see a lot of evidence suggesting that it isn't either. Like, everybody's kind of just throwing around the insults nonstop from what I've seen. but no one's actually presenting actual evidence or argument. Right now, it's all kind of just what we've noticed in the past at first glance, I suppose, is the way to put it. Which I guess makes it up for debate, but I guess that's what makes debate fun, though. You know what I mean? All right, we got 4 options. Managed. So, managed. Managed. Lawless. Oh god. Parties. That was a really hard gamble right there. We're either going to get that wrong or we're going to get it right. All right, we're in. Let's see. What's this? Pork and beans? Sure, why not? Let's see. You're 38, dude. This is just pathetic. Bro, you're in here talking about it too, so like, what are you talking about? You know, you can say it's pathetic all you want, but you're in here entertaining it yourself. So like, what are you talking about? Jerry says winner's plastic from Etsy. That doesn't dismiss that she got something going on. She may be plastic and from Etsy, but she still moves on her own. So, you know. And there was also that EVP audio. There's that. Okay, so guys, there's a video on my channel. It's in my videos tab. Like, go to set it to oldest, and it'll pop right up, right? Or type in winner EVP audio Tibbs TV. That works as well. And there's a video of actual EVP audio, and there's something talking, and we don't know what it is. A ghost, clearly, but like, everybody likes to dismiss that video. If winner is plastic and from Etsy, that does not dismiss the fact that she's haunted. There is something in that doll, and it is alive. You know what I mean? Like, at that point, I know that some people don't believe in ghosts. That's fine. You don't have to believe in ghosts. It's a free country, okay? But like, it has been quite interesting trying to see people like, cope with that. They're like, nope, not real. We never saw that. Let's see. Jerry says she's not haunted. You're just trying to be edgy. How is that edgy? Like, I'm not trying to like tell you you're wrong, although you are wrong, because I don't see how is pretending something's haunted edgy. Edgy is like talking about black people in a negative way, or making homophobic jokes. So how is... Explain, because I don't see how that makes sense. Like, you know what edgy is, right? Hold on. Let me type it in. Hold on, guys. We're going to pause the game for a second. I'm going to go to Google and type in edgy definition. Edgy. Tense, nervous, or irritable. At the forefront of a trend. Experimental or avant-garde. Avant-garde. Their songs combine good music and smart, edgy ideas. What does it mean when someone is edgy? When someone is described as edgy, it typically means they're unconventional, provocative, and often challenge social norms. That's not... Saying something's haunted is not challenging social norms. Everyone believes in the paranormal nowadays. That's not really challenging social norms at all. It's also not unconventional. It's also not provocative in any capacity. Well, I mean, love doll, I guess, but like, I'm sorry, man. I think you're wrong. Just pathetic. You do those too. Do what? You gotta be specific. Because I'm not gonna try to like. I'm not gonna dance around and try to figure out what you're saying. You just gotta be specific. If you're specific in your comment, I can respond to it without pondering what the hell it is you mean. Let's see. The fuse, the wonder glue, we'll leave the wrench. Let's see. I know that you're in here to be a negative Nancy, but like, it isn't working. You've been calling us pathetic and saying our content sucks the last 2 weeks. Like, after a point, we get it. You don't want to be here, but why are you here? Anyway, and that is a good question for Jerry. Why are you here if you think our content sucks? If you think this is so pathetic, why are you watching it? Like, self-hating fan, I think. That would make the most sense. Let's see. I mean, you come off as a self-hating fan because, like, if the content sucks so bad, you don't think it's, if you think it's pathetic, why are you entertaining it? Like, constantly, too. Let's see. Do I want the camo bandana? Sure. Like, that is the truth of it. You come in here, you entertain the content, and then you have the audacity to say it sucks nonstop. Like, if it sucks, don't watch it, man. Like at this point, what's your age again? Oh, yeah, Jerry, how old are you? Because you brought up 38. I'm assuming that's an age. And also, I'm not 38 either. 37. If you're gonna document everything that I'm doing, you need to get this information correct. Like, I'm not trying to pick on you, I'm not trying to talk down to you, I'm not trying to degrade you. I'm just trying to keep you informed. Okay? If you want to be documenting my life, which is what a lot of you do, and I say this to the chat in general, then you need to have the information be accurate. Let's see. Shotgun shells. Jerry. Negative Nancy. Yep. It's true. Jerry's a negative Nancy. Like, I've noticed that being a thing, and I don't really know what to do with it. They'll come in here, they'll constantly address how they think the content sucks, but they'll never leave. They'll always tune in on every new stream. And what makes no sense is that you're announcing it like we all have to agree with you or something. I don't understand that level of insecurity. Let's see. Okay. I guess we're kind of done with all of that area. Cigarette machine, newsstands. I don't want the can. Nuka-Cola. Bought with the Red Rocket t-shirt. We should probably drink the Nuka-Cola. $23 caps from that. Sweet. Let's see. 1989M says, we are seeing how the first and weak wave of trolling breathing. It's at least its last drop of air. Everyone knows the end is near. It shows. D-Chat says, LOL, this is getting boring. Trolls have no creativity. Yeah, they just say it's pathetic nonstop. Like, if it's pathetic, why are you watching it? And that is the thing. Like, I mean, it's a fair question. It's a fair question. If you think the content sucks, why are you tuning in? Why do you insist on tuning in? Jerry Fleming, this is not your first stream. You've been here a few times saying this. If the content genuinely sucks, why do you keep tuning in on every new stream? Like, if you say it's pathetic, I'm assuming that means it sucks. I have to question that. Let's see. What's been going on? Are you still with the plastic doll? Sure, says D-Chat. Why do you care if I'm with the plastic doll? Also, she's not plastic. She's polyurethane. No, hold on. What was it called? TPE. Elastro something. Thermoplastic urethane. You know what? I don't know at this point. All I know is everything's freaking glitching out. Deadpool, Donovan, what did you do to our reality? Anyway, losing my shit slowly. Let's see. We'll put the SOE pack. We'll put the this, Edwin's journal, the Gutsy model, subway tokens, and that. Let's see. So it is plastic. I don't know. I don't care personally. It doesn't feel like plastic. It feels like human skin. But I'm not saying she's got human skin. I'm just saying it feels like human skin. Anyway, why is it glitching like that? Something, we had to have done something. Like added something new in the game or something that did that. Let's see. Baseball cap. Alright. Winner. Let's see. Take the 10mm auto pistol, the baseball bat, Bobcat mines, the flamer, frag mine, the knuckles, the laser rifle, the pipe rifle, pistol, bombs, scatter laser musket. Actually, I think we're going to let her keep the laser musket. Let's see. You don't care, yet you kiss it and be a real goon to it. I said I didn't care what it was made of. I didn't say I didn't care about it in general. You need to follow along the conversation, bro. Let's see. I guess we'll go to junk. Drop off of those. New toy car. Teddy bears. Toy aliens. Toy cars. Toy rocket ship. Toy truck.
How may I be
Maybe I
of
could
service?
carry some of that for you.
Let's see. You didn't make it that clear, bro. Well, that sounds like a you problem, not me. Let's see. We'll put the flamer away for now. We'll put the bobcat mines away. Frag mine. Okay. The pulse grenade, the pulse mine. I don't know why you're complaining though. Like, looks like Tibbs has been watching that mannequin like 30 times. There's a mannequin on screen? And I've been watching it? This is weird. I didn't know. I didn't know that. Alright, well, okay. Whatever you say, bro. You do you, I guess. I don't know. Oh, well, actually, let's go this way. God, all the textures are falling apart in the game. Like, I don't know why. Probably because we've been exploring so much, but I don't know. Alright, let's do a cigar box. Pack of cigarettes. A pencil. Pre-war money. Synth components. Let's see. Alright. Let's go drop off some food. I really ought to put the actual food in the damn, what's it called? I gotta put it in the damn, what's it called? The This is really bad. I don't know what to say. We should put it in the red thingy. You're all like, what the fuck does the red thingy mean? I don't know, personally. I think it kind of... Hold on, I'm kind of lost in thought here. Let's see. Instamash, Nuka-Cola Quantums, Psycho, Mentats, Medex. Actually, Jet needs to go in the other thing. I just realized that. Because Jet has a different place to put it all. Alright, let's see. Oh, crap. Way over encumbered. It's a doll from Etsy, like Jerry said. Why are you making such a big deal out of it, then? If it's just a doll from Etsy, why are you so butthurt by its existence? Like, you're really focused on it right now, I've noticed.
It's always fascinating watching you create.
If it's just a doll from Etsy, why do you care so much? It seems like you're really hyper-focused on it. I think that's everything. Alright, now, let's see. Just giving a reality check, but no one asked you to. Like, you're obsessing on it. Like, you're still talking about it. You watched the Mannequin movie like 30 times and you think it's a real woman. There's a Mannequin movie? I don't think I've watched the Mannequin movie, but I guess you can believe whatever you want. It's a free country. It's kind of weird that you're this... Why are you this hyper-focused on it, though? Like, you are obsessed over it. Dude, it's not hard. You go to the store, you slap your money on the table, you buy one. Like, it's I have to assume you want one because the way you're going about it is kind of hilarious. But okay, man, you do you. So anyway, moving right along with the rest of our story. All right, man. No, you need it, even if you didn't ask for it. But no one asked you for your opinion because your opinion is kind of retarded. Like, no one cares what you think. Like, nobody. You're saying that's like everyone somehow looks to you as a point of authority. Like, fuck you. Like, you are not that hot shit, man. You're like a nobody on the internet. That's why you're whining right now. Let's see. You're like, because you need it. Like, no, I don't. You need a head examination, but like, you don't see us telling you to do that. Let's do Donovan. Get the hell out of the way. Put this here, I guess. Oh, we have more mute fruit. Sweet. Oh, I see. This is from the last harvest. Okay, it makes sense. Renegade, who has it made. Apparently, if you had it made, you wouldn't be whining this much. I just wanted to note that. Because, sure enough, he's still commenting. What would have happened if you watched Splash 30 times? Is Splash a movie? Let's see, Renegade says, you say the same thing to everyone who criticizes you. Well, that's because most of the time it's not criticism. It's usually just a bunch of people being asinine. And after a while, I don't have to listen to it because if you're going to be asinine, you're not contributing to growth or actual constructive criticism. Therefore, what's the point of listening to it all? Although I don't think I've heard anything of what you're saying as far as anyone criticizing anyone. Like, this is the first time I'm hearing this. Well, for the most part. I've heard it from you in our chats a lot. Let's see. Harry and the Hendersons. Winner would be a fish from the waist down. Is that what Splash is? I don't know what Splash is, so I don't know. Also, a fish from the waist down, that sounds more like a mermaid, if you want my honest opinion. Fred, do you fucking mind? Alright, let's see. Fred's over here trolling. He's like, you know, no plant, no potatoes. Alright, let's do... Are you serious, Donovan? Get off the goddamn plow. Asshole. Alright. Alright, we are good. We planted all the crops. We got a full-on farm going now. Let's see. You kind of brought this on yourself, to be honest. Of course, your Renegade says you kind of brought this on yourself, to be honest. And, of course, you're not going to get the right people in the chat. This is you, only you, yourself, and your actions. Are you trying to hold me accountable for making a purchase as an adult? Okay, you're a weirdo. Could ban you and make it easy, but like at that point, what's the point? You're not even worth lifting a finger to ban either. You're just a moron. Like you made a purchase of an adult object as a grown ass adult, and it's totally legal. We're gonna hold you accountable. I'm like, what kind of woke degenerate shit is this? Nope, I mean your whole history. You mean the one that Chad had to lie about for it to be true? Yeah, I'm not really worried about that. Well, actually, I think that it was a mix of Marks and Chad, but still. I noticed that Cinema's dipped off after the first couple of fucking years. Cinema's like, you know, I make more money talking about other people. So Cinema's does his own thing now. But the other two, they're just obsessed. They're like, we're going to destroy his life. Like, okay. Wah, wah, wah. Ma, everything is woke. Rollin'. Okay. If that's what you believe. You think Renegade thinks everything is woke, I guess. Like, I never said everything is woke. It's like, the fuck is that shit? Hold on, I'm going to get an orange juice real quick. Give me a second. I'm having too much fun with this. D-Chat, you still in here? Yep, cool. Just making sure. Let's see. Gotta throw this man out. Nah, let him spurg a little bit. He's doing us a lot of favors. I mean, he's being really...
I wasn't aware that roaming the Commonwealth could prove so interesting.
Thanks, Donovan. He's hoarding the chat. He's not letting anyone else speak, but like at the same time, let him spurg.
Humans seem to rely on negative emotions in order to survive.
What exactly did I say that was woke? Come on now, Professor Tubbs. I don't know who Professor Tubbs is. That's not my name, so clearly you're not talking to me. Is there another guy in here? D-Chat, can you check the comments? Is there another guy in here named Professor Tubbs? Also, I didn't say he said anything woke. I said all this woke nonsense. Because, you know, woke people and woke culture kind of fits into that whole entitled jackass behavior. I mean, I don't think woke and jackass behavior is directly tied. But, like, you know, if you can throw an insult to woke mob every now and then by calling them jackasses and correlating it to jackassery behavior, you know what I mean? Like, at that point. Now he's talking to somebody named Tubbs TV. I don't know who he's talking to. Because that's not my fucking name. If you're going to address me, you're going to call me by my actual name. Otherwise, clearly you're not talking to me. Like, that makes sense to me. If you're going to make up your own names, well, if we don't know who those people are, and they're not my name, then you're not talking to me, clearly. So, I'm assuming he should know that. Like, the guy's not retarded, right? Hey, Renegade, you're not retarded, are you? Like, do you have a spelling problem? Do you not know how to spell? Maybe he has a problem with vowels. Maybe he's dyslexic. I'm just trying to understand the stupidity. Are you wearing the cool skeleton shirt? Not currently. I am wearing a black t-shirt, but it's not the skeleton one. I have a lot of black t-shirts. Did Renegade get banned? Oh. I'm not going to tell my moderators what to do. My moderators can ban whoever the fuck they want. Just don't ban people who are behaving. That's all I ask. But anyway. Actually, you know what we should do? Oh, moderation activity is shut off. Okay. Makes it easy. Said Tibbs. Bootable offense. Oh, because he mistyped my name multiple times? I mean, at that point, we can just troll him, though. Like, going forward, we can troll them. Tubbs. Yeah, they were making fun of me. But like I said, instead of banning them, we can just make fun of them. Because clearly they don't know how to spell. A U is not the same thing as an I. So we can make fun of them. And then we can just troll them back. And then engages more comments. Plus, he was flooding our comment section. I almost want to bring him back. Oh, look, guys, cum. It's cum. I'm kidding. It's water. I don't know why the textures are doing that. I don't know why they're doing that. I feel like uninstalling all the mods and just going from scratch again. Actually, okay. Ever since I put in the Fang haircut, this has been happening. Same thing with Armorsmith and AWKCR. So what we're going to do... God. You notice their hair is back to the color it's supposed to be, but now everything else is glitching. It's... Hold on. It's jizz! Anyway. It's white slime. I have to assume it's semen. Okay? I don't know why. It's just dirty mind. I have a dirty mind, okay? I'm not going to pretend like I don't.
Not company.
If you find any spare parts, you be sure and let me know.
Let's see. Dead removed. Dead removed. Dead removed. Dead removed. Okay. Let's try gate. One likeness. Home. So it's not the E. It's either the G, the A, or the T. Oh, we got locked out. I gunned it, guys. We got locked out. Let's see. Do you think Renegade's coming back? Like, are we gonna unban him and see if he'll come back and do some more stupid stuff? No? Oh. Oh my god. It's a mosquito.
Are you injured, sir?
I hate mosquitoes. Mosquitoes. They carry diseases. Diseases. I do appreciate keeping the chats clean though, D-chat. I just don't feel like banning anybody today. I feel like if I see, I was watching some videos talking about Twitch chats and YouTube chats. You want to keep your viewers engaged, and they always say engage with the viewers. I think my biggest problem is that my viewers are typically a-holes. most of the time, But overall, let's go back to the camp. Actually, I gotta try to see if I can figure out this glitch. Um, Overall, most of my commenters are toxic. You know what I mean? Like a lot of them, for a fair amount. Like not all of them. Like 25% of my viewers are a-holes. The rest are moderators or people. And I'd say 50 to 60% of my viewers that comment all the time are moderators. Which, to be fair, is probably makes sense because like we don't have, see, like that right there. Turn this way, nothing. Turn this way, it glitches in. There's something going on. Let me just talk for a minute. We won't have to multitask if I just talk, right? So, I was watching this video, though, on Twitch and YouTube chats, and they said that you want to keep your chats engaged. It's how you bring in more people. And that is the truth of it. So if I sit here and I get pissed at every little thing, but no one's going to want to comment because, like, he's just a dick. Combative, doesn't ever take any criticism, and he doesn't know how to laugh at himself. Like, who would want to be around that? If I sit here and I let them come in, you're going to have a lot of hateful people. Just because they're gullible and stupid to what Chad and Marks have created, this epic lie. And I know why Marks lies, because he doesn't want people to like me. He's afraid that people will like me more. I met a lot of people in my life that are like that. Marks is by far the worst. Chad is up there. And if I sit here and allow them to convince me by harassment to close my chats, then they effectively win. If we sit here and we endure, if we not turn a blind eye to it, mind you, but more like if we allow ourselves to, how do I want to put this? If we allow them to comment, but we don't let it break us, like we don't let it hurt our feelings, basically, then it won't be so bad. At that point in time, we can use their comments to grow. Why would I want to sit here and kill my growth when I could learn how to be a better person? And being a better person means taking the brunt where nobody else will. Some people look up to that. And a lot of people look up to you saying, dude, you sat there, you endured that. Most people can't endure that level of bullying. It's inspirational in its own way. It's an opportunity to teach people that you can still hold on, because I am hell-bent on eventually becoming a content creator. Because I've been on YouTube for 9 years. Why do I want to be in the same spot forever? I want to get to 100,000 subs. So if I want to get to 100,000 subs, let's say there's somebody else that's going through the same thing. They're going through the same level of people bullying them and people being a-holes in their chats and everything else. Let's say it's the same thing going on somewhere else. They're going to look at this one day and they're going to be like, it's possible. You never know. We don't get a lot of growth after we stream, and then our growth stops. Like YouTube kills our growth the second the stream's over, which is really weird because short videos do amazingly well. Videos don't get any views at all, and streams are only getting growth while they're live. After that, it's a standstill for whatever reason, right? But you never know. People might see this, right? And they'll see what I'm enduring. They're like, yeah, he can make it. I can make it. Anyone can do it. Like, why would we want a bunch of hateful people to tell us where we are allowed to be in life? Instead of letting a bunch of trolls tell us we cannot succeed, why not try to succeed? And part of that is allowing the chats to go, because that's exactly how you succeed. To gain a following, to gain subs and viewers, means you allow them to do it. Within reason, mind you. I don't agree with every... some of the bans that DJ has made today, I don't agree with. Because I was able to handle it. But at the same time, I appreciate what DJ is doing, because he's doing what he's supposed to. Keep the chats clean. Harassing people, making fun of people, making fun of people's weight, all that stuff, not okay. So he is doing his job. And that's why I'm not going to tear him down, because he's doing what he's supposed to do. But here's the thing. If I allow these people to do what they do, eventually, with no restrictions, they're going to burn out. You will try so hard to bother somebody, and after a while, eventually it goes away. D-Chat says, I just want the NA nonsense out of the way. I agree with that. I 100% understand. But us banning them isn't working. Banning these people and shutting them down and blockading them out of the chat, it's not working. We have to let them get out of their system. Because you think Renegade's going to yap all night? Maybe. You think he'll yap for 2 weeks in a row? Non-stop every single day? Maybe. You think he'll do it for 3 years? No. Because after a while, they will burn out. Nobody, no matter how mentally ill, can do it forever. It's impossible. Questions are okay because it's then an educational experience. It's not just the person asking that learns, but also anyone watching. I agree with that. I 100% agree. I just think that if we're going to deal with this troll problem, maybe, and I don't want to say this because I'd rather have a positive chat regardless, but we can't pick our chat. We just can't. You don't control who tunes in. You don't control who comments. Like right now, we're at 2 likes. I don't control how many people are liking. I want all 9 people to like this video. They're not going to. Because you can't dictate that. So what we can do is we can dictate, well, time frame. It's a waiting game. Who lasts on top of that hill the longest? I'm up here on the top of the hill. I'm king of the mountain. And you all surround me. How long before you all tumble off the mountain? It's only a matter of time. So instead of sitting here whining and groaning for hours at a time over one comment that somebody said, we'll address the comment, we'll move on. That is the healthy way to go about it. I feel like that is a safer bet. Because in the end, yes, they might get their fix. But after a while, they're not getting the fix that they want. I've seen some of the comments that come in here. They're like, are you going to rage yet? Why aren't you raging? Because that's not what I want to do. If I rage for little old you, it takes away from the content. It takes away from the experience. It ruins anyone else who's trying to chat. You think you're the only person chatting? No, you're not. There's a bunch of people chatting. And to be fair, if I focus on one person, it ruins for everybody else who might have a question. Somebody might have a question. They might genuinely want to know an answer. And if I'm over here raging about one guy, then they're going to say, yeah, maybe the trolls are right because we didn't get our question answered. That is the way to look at that. And that's the way I have to deal with it. It's the appropriate solution. We have to let them do what they're doing. And I'm not saying ignore the trolls, because trolls are malicious, predatory people. They almost always are. What I'm saying is, let them get it out of their system. They're going to say horrible things. They're going to make wild accusations. They're going to say things that are so horrible that if they are true, you would hate the person they're saying it about. Most of it is slander. I'm aware of that. Some of the things that they claim are going on, I know are not going on, but they're meant to draw and inspire hatred. It's rage bait. When they scream pedo, that's usually rage bait. They want me to respond negatively, or they want the chat to in turn become hateful. That's why they scream those things when they're not true. I know that to be the case. It's rage bait. And it works a lot. But here's the thing. We don't need to feed into it. We don't. We need to address these chats one by one and done, move on. And treat it like a conversation. I don't have to agree with you. I don't have to tell you that you're right. You don't have to accept my answers either. But if I sit here and I go nuts, they have already won at that point. Instead, how do we win? By turning this in our favor. I want anyone who has trolls to understand this, because everyone has trolls. It is the stepping stone to becoming a big YouTuber. All YouTubers, Moist Critical, PewDiePie, Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, all of the greats have had to deal with trolls. It's how you get past them, because once the trolls are behind you, you win from that on out. That is a reality, and everyone has to deal with it. Everyone. Trolls are literally a trial. Like God himself said, if you want to get big, you have to survive this trial. And if you ever get past it, if you ever do, you survive. You win. You get big. You get the numbers, you get the revenue, you become a goddamn YouTube god. That is the truth of it. And that's why I say, let them get out of the system, because it's the best way to beat them, because nothing else has worked. We're going to try it this way now. Because if we don't survive, we're never getting to 100k subs. Ever. If we don't do this. I give them 6 months. 6 months, and it'll either become a growing, flooded fan base of comments and talking and people loving being here, or these people will completely showcase who they are, and the whole damn world will hunt them down. We have two possible outcomes. If we don't try this, we're going to be trapped right where we are for the rest of our lives. And I mean the people that are associated with this channel, who work on this channel, who make this content possible, everything. The moderators, me, etc. If we don't do this, we're going to be trapped. I'm sick of being trapped. And the best way out of this mess, unfortunately, is through all those cocksuckers in the chat. Every single troll. We got to go through them. And the best way through them is to burn them out. That is simply a reality. That's why we're doing this. Because if we don't do this, we are wasting our time as content creators. Because what is the point? We're going to blockade the chat every time someone hurts our feelings? Yeah, I don't condone bullying. I don't condone the death threats. All that other stuff that doesn't need to be here. Okay? There, at their point, people will get banned. That makes sense. Because that's what moderation is for. But at the same time, let them rage. Trolls are going to comment. You see how many times Renegade commented? He was raging. He was trying to get a negative response. He was seething. I know this to be true. I know this because I used to be the other end of that stick. I used to be the one seething and raging. Anyway. Let's see. Everyone gains from answering questions, even if they're potentially bad faith questions, or bait. You can even answer bait and have it be done intelligently. Let's see. Like the meme with the guy poking with the stick, come on, do your thing. Or the kids asking Bert to say the line. Yeah. I think even with baity questions, you could essentially... yeah, that bothers me. I don't like that whole static. We're going to save... hold on. Fred.
Do I look like I have time for idle chit-chat?
I must apologize for the odd noises
Do
I'm
I look
currently
like I
emitting.
have time
A
for idle
consequence of being
chit-chat?
mechanical in nature.
Here you are, sir.
Thanks, Winter. Alright, I can't get them right now. Winter's hair's going to disappear and Fred's hat's going to disappear into his outfit. So, we're going to save. We're going to try to fix this glitch right here that's been happening. Because it is messy. We're going to do a triple hard save. Okay, I did not know. We can remove these mods. Let's see. Hey Doll says you might want to check your mentions, D-Chat. Hey Doll says stay mad, Tibbs. Why would I stay mad? And D-Chat, I would just ignore the mentions because usually they do that because they're looking to make you pissed off. Go to your YouTube app on your phone, go to your notifications, go to mentions, and then when it brings up the mention, just push block. Just go to the block option. And then just swipe down to reload the feed and it'll delete them. You don't care about the trolls, yet you ban them. Imagine that, it's amazing, says Hey Doll. I don't ban anybody. What are you talking about? Oh, I loaded back to the game. Let's see. I haven't banned anybody. I see and there's nothing. Makes sense. Probably is already blocked. That tends to be a thing. Hey Doll says that I ban people, but I haven't banned anybody. Can someone explain to me what they're talking about? Alright, we're gonna remove female cuts pack. And we're going to remove armor, keywords, weapons, workbench, resource thingy. Oh, hold on. Yeah, hey doll, I don't... Your name... Can we call you something else? I'm going to call you Hey, okay? So, hey, I don't ban anybody. I haven't banned a single person yet. At least not today. You don't care about the trolls, yet you ban them. And I haven't banned them, so clearly I don't care about them. What other people do is not of my doing. I'm not going to sit here and take blame for what people do. I also have specified that I don't want people banning anybody. So, Hey says, "Aw, what's wrong? Don't like being tagged. Check the posts of Casper, the one with the bear." Why? You're looking for attention. Nobody cares. Anyway. Also, can I ask you a question? How is tagging somebody, even remotely, like, how to... Aw, what's wrong? Don't like being tagged. Like, is that some kind of a flex? I don't understand that. Like, that sounds bizarre rolling off the tongue. Is Casper making posts about people? Hold on. I think I have Casper somewhere up here. I have to scroll all the way up, though. Give me a second. God, he got banned a while ago. I like how Casper got banned, so he's acting like a bitch about it. Let's see. Go to channel. Let's see. He doesn't have any posts. Not on that channel, anyway. Did he change his channel name? He doesn't have any posts on his Alburo channel either. Wait, did he change his name twice? And then there was this one, let's see. And this channel doesn't exist, so he deleted that channel. He doesn't have any posts. Yeah, I don't really understand what your point is. It's because nobody can mention D-Chat. Casper knows who he is. He banned a lot of his accounts. Check the first one. I checked all of them. There's no posts on any of them. So, like, I don't know what you're on about. Are you delusional? Like, try and get a shout out. That's not how you do it. That's not how you get a shout out. Oh, hold on. Actually, I was gonna... Shit. I was gonna go load the game, actually. If you want to get a shout out, that's not how you do it. Let's do this. Let's see. Now check your mentions. No. I've already checked them. You seriously can't be that dense. I checked all 3 channels. There was nothing. Well, he has an Alburo channel that has no community wall. He has another channel that he deleted because it says his channel does not exist. He deleted it, right? Unless he got terminated already, which I highly doubt. And then he had another channel where there was nothing, just the account. There was no community wall either. So, like, I'm not being dense. I'm just telling you that there's nothing there. Hold on, hold on. Son of a bunny, it's still there. Maybe it's the HDMI. I don't know. Winner, we gotta get your hair back. Let's see. I don't know why you're calling me dense, because you're too stupid to point out where it is. It's just like really. Let's see. Let's see. The one with the bear in the profile. I checked all of them, and I don't see one with a bear on the profile. Either he's changing the channel names or something. I don't know. And quite frankly, I don't care, because it's a bunch of stupidity. You're asking us to go look at something because you want to make fun of somebody. It's like not worth our time.
What can I do for you?
Come on, I can't be this dense. I wheeze at how horrible you are. Here, you know what? You're wasting our time, and that's takes away from other people in the chat. Let's see. Frog Journalism says, for all the poor souls Tibbs trying to manipulate, he does the same coping, I'm a good guy, they'll be done in a few months speech and weekly basis. He is not a good person and in active danger. Really? How am I in active danger? For
No
playing
problem.
YouTube videos? Oh, did I smack winner? Alright, there we go. Now let's do the whole thing here. Winner, I need you to...
Is there something I can help you with?
Son of a bitch.
No problem.
You know what? We should be able to do this, actually. I don't know why the glitch is happening. I have no idea. It could be a thing within the... Oh, hold on. Wrong one. Could be a glitch within Fallout 4. This doesn't really sound worth it. I really saw a notification, but it was taken down immediately. So whatever it is, it's apparently hateful or explicit bullshit. Just describe what's in it if it's that important. I don't even think they should even bother, because like if they're gonna sit here and waste our time for this long and try to like edge it on with like, ooh, you're a loser, like it doesn't make any sense to even care. And that sounds to be the gist of what's really going on here, is they're just trying to get our attention the wrong way.
Yes. How can I assist?
Face. Style. Anyway, that's kind of where I stand on the matter. If they're going to act ridiculous, then we don't need to waste our time on them. And I banned that person because they're just taking away from the chat from everybody else at this point. It's like, if you want to be in here, if you want to have a point, that's fine, but like, make the point. Like, I don't know why we have to sit here and drag it on like it's some kind of thing. I don't even know how to describe that. It's like, you want our attention, but you won't tell us what our attention is on. And then you're insulting us because you're not telling us where it is. You realize there's billions of users on YouTube? Like, billions? Hey, if you're still in here, there are billions of users on YouTube. Millions of mention handles at minimum, right? We're not going to know where it is if you don't tell us. The bear profile, you realize how many people have a bear in their profile picture? You realize how many? And typing in Casper doesn't bring up shit. So, like, realistically, especially when there's 14 million people. Hold on. Now I'm intrigued to try something here. Casper, the unfriendly ghost. All right. Apparently, there is a lot of people, like a lot. If I just scroll down the first page, none of these people. It's all Casper the Friendly Ghost, by the way. Hilariously enough. If I just put it to channel, though, there's a person in the water. Mufasta Malk, the music one. Then we got another one reading Playboy, which clearly is not them. Then we got one of a, looks like a video game, 7,000 subs. I doubt that's him. Then we got a Asian guy. Then we got an emo-looking anime girl, probably some kind of VTuber, I guess. I don't know. It's 2,000 subs. Who cares? Then we got Kristen, which I doubt they put their own face out there. Then we got an art one, which is Prod Casper. Then we got Creative Casper, which is still not the same one. We're looking for a bear, mind you. Then we have Casper Van der Laan, which is 12.5 thousand subs, a guy with red curly hair. I have my doubts. Then we got Spurg Casper. I'm tempted to think that it's possible, but with 226,000 subs, I have my doubts that this is him. Then we got Casper Gem, guy who's naked with long hair. Well, he's wearing pants, but he's naked otherwise. Then we got what looks to be some kind of a photographer, Casper Garam. Then Casper Sneaks, then Casper Serene. Notice so far that we've said like 20 names, maybe 15, and so far none of them have a bear profile picture, right? I'm just going to spam downward, looking for a bear, looking for a bear. I can't really fine-tune the results more than this either. I'm seeing thousands of people with variations of the name Casper. None of them have a bear as a profile picture. And if I've had to waste the last 2.5 minutes on this already, imagine that this would be a grand waste of our time. Because if I can't find it, how the fuck is D-Chat supposed to find it? You know what I mean? Like, then I'm doing this for exaggerated purposes. I'm scrolling still. I'm still not seeing any bears. I'm seeing Casper as a topic, but no Casper. Just all kinds of different Caspers. There's thousands. Maybe, hold on. I have to scroll up to the top for this one. Hold on. I think I have to pull this over here. There we go. If I pull this bar all the way to the top, according to this, there are 115,000 search results. No, wait, that's... My decimal point's off a little bit. That's a 1 million... There's like 1.5 million search results just for channels by itself. So at this point in time, maybe it's not worth our time to go look for it. Because, Jesus Christ, if they can't tell us where it's at, how the hell are we supposed to look for it? That just feels like a troll. That just feels like a troll attempt. I should unban the bitch and say, where the fuck is it? You goddamn little whore. Just like, honestly, there it is. The fucking, I don't like that. I feel like that's the game that's doing that, because the mods shouldn't be doing that. There's no reason for the hair mods shouldn't be the cause, and clearly the hair mod's not the cause. AWKCR. And we can't uninstall the mod either. Doll made of hay. Here's the link. Then, since you can't remember, it's Casper. I wrote in Casper with a K. I put the link. Come on now. Do you see any links, D-Chat? Because I don't. I don't see any links. And I'm not even kidding. I don't see a link because my chat does not allow links. And I'm not going to go change the setting, which is a pain in the ass to go do just for little old you. Knowing you'll be a link to porn. Like, literally, the last time we had someone send links to show us something, it was to porn. It was to gay porn. Like, at this point, I'm sorry. I'm not going to go undo the settings. You're just going to have to deal with it. Let's see. That's because you don't allow links on. My goodness, are you that bad at settings? No, it was intentional because of the spam we were getting. People were sending spam links that were taking people to places that were very, very not safe for YouTube. So, like, at this point, it was intentional. Let's see. Then I can't help you, and I can't help you. Can't help yourself. I don't want help because I didn't ask for your bullshit anyway. Also, did you make another account? Hey, Phil, how you doing? Let's see. Yakolev. Casper Yakolev. I don't care. We're not going to go look. Because knowing you, it's some kind of prawn thing. It's porn. They're wanting to show us porn. Some weird-ass shit. Just like, if you don't stop with this nonsense, we're going to ban you again. Because you already banned once. That means you could be banned again. It's against YouTube's terms of service to make a secondary account and ban evade. That means it's the same thing here. It's not a hard concept. If you get banned, don't come back. We're allowing it for now. Anyway, let's see. Don't see any links. Just look up Casper Tokolov. Why? Why do you want us to look up? Okay, tell you what. I'll look it up. I'll look it up. Okay? Let me just see. Because what's funny is it's probably going to break out nothing yet again. Alright, let's see. It's a bunch of sucking Ukraine's dick kind of shit. Oh, his whole channel is just spurging about me and his gay country. I don't even know what country this is, though, because, like, it's a bunch of Nazi rhetoric and Ukraine stuff. Why are they connecting Nazis and Ukraine together? Wait, is he... I don't understand what he's saying. Like, it's all in Ukrainian. Russophobia just keep... I'm going to read this post from Casper 3 days ago. Russophobia just keeps on growing. Everybody's wishing pure tragedy towards the Russian people, but not just the government, but the people too. It's mostly Westoids and pro-UK Rups. Okay, so it's Russian. Okay, but hey, words don't mean nothing when the victor's in victory, and we're just getting more and more of Donbas. Which is weird because I've never had a problem with the Russian people. I've always crapped on Ukraine. So, like, I'm confused why they're pissed at us. Then it's a lot of Russian crap. The things you find on this platform, this guy's a history, and you'll see why he gets the trolling. It's funny he blocked me over saying the word artard. Knowing with his platform, no, you said the word regard. There's a difference. He's lying in his post to begin with. And does block words or gives you a citation for vulgar language. No, I don't. People have been vulgar this whole time. We don't care about vulgarity. We care about being stupid. Let's see. The amount of pro-UK troops, Westoids, and NAFO have troops, troons, celebrating. So this person's mentally ill. And then they're mad at DChat because DChat says, fuck Russia. Okay, well. Is that even D-chats, though? Because, like, there's a lot of people being fake D-chats nowadays. And also, it's 2014. Are you seriously going back years just to bitch about something from 2014? So, D-chat, basically what they're complaining about is that you said, you had a post where you said, fuck Russia from 2014. Which... at the end of the day, Russia was kind of cunts back then, so like it's well deserved. But like, I'm over here like, is that what they're upset about? Something from 2014? T-Chat, be careful, they're trying to cancel you. That's me back in 2013. Yeah, they're trying to cancel you basically because something you said back then. Like, I'm sorry, cancel culture doesn't work. It's never worked. Let's see. Oh no, I'm more of just trolling you. No, I'm more trolling you pretty much. Alright, then ban them. D-Chat, ban Dollmate. If they're trolling, then they're not here to actually engage in proper conversation. Just ban them. If you don't ban them, I will. Do not make me have to reach my finger to the keyboard and ban. Do not make me have to put forth the effort. Okay, because I will ban them regardless, but that's going to piss me off. Okay? Because like if they're just here to troll, then they're not here to be a part of the chat. They're here to cause problems. I appreciate that. Thank you. Okay? If you're going to be a troll and nothing more, then you're not a commenter. Also, it's funny. They're saying he has a history. He deserves the trolling. Okay, trolling doesn't ever stop people who actually... if somebody did something wrong, trolling doesn't solve the problem. It actually empowers the person more. Cyrax will never go to prison or be held accountable because of trolling. Let's be honest here. So, how does trolling solve your problems? Huh? You okay, says Phil. I'm doing great. They did what they were told, so I'm doing fine. Also, let's be honest here. It's been a heck of a day. I'm in a great mood. To be honest, I don't think I really would have been pissed. I just wanted to get it over with. Like, if they're just going to troll, man, what's the point keeping here? But anyway. I don't like that lighting thing. See, this happened probably 2018, 2019. And it turned out there was the actual game that was doing it. So I'm thinking it might be that again, which if it is, it's just an eyesore. But what can we play in the meantime if we have to switch games? You guys want to do Mafia? Mafia 1, 2, and 3? I don't know if there's a lot of nudity in Mafia. So, like, trolls be reporting our streams if there's nudity in them. Trolls don't like tits, I've noticed. They're very anti-titty. I love titties. Titties are awesome. But, like, oh, fuck, it's a master lock. It's a master lock. It's, what the fuck's his name? Chris Masters, the master lock. Let's see. You rant a lot, bro. Well, yeah, well, I guess ranting, depends on how you look at it. I yap a lot. I talk a lot. But, like, I don't really think it's ranting. I mean, but you do you, right? What are trolls? Please don't play stupid with me. Phil, Do not play stupid. You know what trolls are. Everyone who's on the internet knows what trolls are. They're people that are look for a response by baiting you and starting bullshit. It's really what they are. Drama queens, if anything. I said, don't start shit with me, man. Please do not tell me you don't know what trolls are, because everyone on the internet knows what trolls are. Everyone. Unless you're like 12. Are you 12 years old? Are you a child? If you are, we'll have to ban you. Just saying. You said you have OCD. OCD, yeah, that I can see that being true. I don't really know, but it's possible. My mom had OCD, so if it's genetic, you never know. Let's see. D-chat, why he ranting so much? Because I'm engaging with the chats. This was advice given to me by the greats. They said if you want to get more people into your chats, you have to engage with your audience. And by the way, Phil, you wouldn't be here if it wasn't working. So clearly it's working. We've had a lot of new people showing up. Miss Foo Girl, Phil, the many trolls that have showed up already. I mean, let's be honest here, D-chat, it is working, isn't it? Because I've addressed pretty much every comment to an extent, right? Like, some of them I don't read because either it's too high up in the chat and I don't feel like scrolling up to look for it, etc. But let's be honest here, it is working. So, like, I should have done this years ago. If we can get that 9 to be an 18, like 18 viewers, 25 viewers, 40 viewers, then we'll know we've achieved victory. But, you know, I clicked Fault live stream saying you at the top. Really? Holy shit! That's fucking awesome! I love that. Thank you for that great news. I appreciate that. I mean, it probably wasn't intentional, but if it was, that is actually really good. I love that I'm at the top of the Fallout search results. Welcome to my stream, everybody. This is Fallout 4 on the channel known as Tibbs TV. Subscribe and comment if you dare. How you get 6 subs, only 9 people watching? You know, I question that myself. People like to spam the dislike button. Trolls like to spam the dislike button. So a lot less people tune in because it's not getting recommended to the feeds because they're gaming the system. But beyond that, I don't know, because we're still doing really good, all things considered. We'll just have to just keep reading every comment, I guess. I know, right? Well, you're the only one streaming it. Oh, good. No competition. We'll win by default. That's great. I love that. Let's see. Do I want to do... Hold on. I almost want to go get my Gatorade real quick because I am thirsty. Fish head. You know what? I'm going to go do that. Give me 1 second, guys. I'll be back in 40 minutes. I'm kidding. It'll be like 2 seconds. Just 2 seconds. Give me a second. Give me 2 seconds. But, you know, give me a second. Let's see. Do I want cool blue or cool blue? I'm back. Oh. Oh, God. That's the best Gatorade of all time. Oh, I got Smoji left. Oh, no, you're good, bro. I can answer that question. So Phil says, "Yo, DJ, how long this guy dude been streaming?" Today or in general? I've been streaming on YouTube across 3 different channels since 2019. This is my 3rd channel. I haven't been terminated or anything like that. I just trolls pushed me to delete it all, and then eventually they got what they wanted. Today, probably an hour and a half. Let's see. Happy Pride Month, by the way. Pride Month. Pride Month. Pride. Pride's a sin. You're all going to hell. I'm kidding. You keep saying trolls like in the games. I ain't from the US, brother. Oh, no worries. I'm more or less just kidding. I'm just having a good time, messing with people a little bit, responding to chat, being sarcastic in some places, serious in others. Yeah, we've been streaming for about 3 hours today. And I've been streaming in general since 2019 from South Africa. Really? How is it down there? Is like, are things, is it sane down there? Like, are people normal to some extent? Like, God, it's a terrible way to ask that. They're not like, in the United States of America currently, they think that children should swap genders through reassignment surgery. Mental illness, pretty much, right? That's been normalized. In South Africa, are they doing the same thing, or are they normal? I always love meeting people from other countries because they get to ask this question. Are they normal where you're at? If they are, I envy you. Because I have to live here with this shit. Someone just commented on my YouTube channel saying you're a P word. Yeah, they don't like me very much because I called out a bunch of P words, and so they decided to call me one because that's their solution. And now I'm getting doxxed. Well, there's nothing I can do about that. There's nothing I can do about that. But if they're doxing you, clearly I'm not the bad guy. Because if you dox people, you're the bad guy. And if they're doxing you, just solidifying their status. And what's funny is that's on my screen right now. So even if we were to ban you or something, who knows what, right? It's on my screen. Someone else getting doxed by the trolls. Why am I not surprised? Wait. Are they doxing you in your comment section or something? Like, who's John? I'm John. Well, what's the last name? Like, I don't mean to make a joke out of it, but like, what's the last name? Because there's a lot of Johns out there. Like, I mean, I'm a John. Technically, I'm Jonathan, but like, anyway, Johnny, John, Jonathan, Jono. There's a lot of things you can spell that. Like, at this point, I don't even know how to respond. I feel like I'm being trolled again. South Africa is full of rape and murder. Oh, rape and murder. Yeah, that makes sense. But are they normal? I know this is a terrible question, but are they at least normal down there? If you're going to rape and murder people, okay, not much we can do about that because the Congo is the rape capital of the world, and that's also in Africa. But is it normal down there? Ever since they abolished apathy, the Boers made the whipping boy for what the British did long after the British tried to genocide ditch Boers. I don't know what Boers are. USA ain't full of that shit. What? Docs saying rape, murder, trans people acting weird, and LGBT pushing it on everybody? Yeah, it's full of that stuff. USA is not what it used to be. Overall, I've noted that the entire country of the United States of America is just a bunch of sweeping mental illness. Well, I don't know how else to explain it. Like, it's just, let's see. LMAO, they told me to say John is a P word. Well, I appreciate you saying P word instead of the actual word, because the actual word is slander. EDP. Oh. Well, that's not true. They like to say, see, it's rage bait, basically. They say, okay, let me explain it. You don't have to spam it. We know what you were trying to say now at this point. So, does anyone else get the vibe that he's just another troll looking for rage bait? Like, because at this point, the rage bait is, well, it's supposed to work, but at this point I don't really care because I'm used to being lied about. But, like, considering he had to write it 12 times, do you think maybe he's an idiot? South Africa is full of idiots at this point, I'm sure, because rapists and murderers. But I know I know that you were censoring that what it was. I get it. But, like, anyone else thinking that he's trying to get me to rage right now? Because that's what you call people a pedo with no proof because you're trying to start rage. That's rage bait, okay? I'm not stupid. But, like, anyone else thinking maybe off the top of her head that maybe he's an idiot? Because it's not working. It's not working. Anyway, it's a quick save. Let's see here. If you're getting doxxed, I can see why. Hey, look, he knows how to spell. Wait, does he know how to spell? No. I don't think. Maybe he does? What's funny is, I'm not John. Because that's not my name. So at this point, I don't know who he's talking about. Apparently the toilet's a pedo. Oh God, Donovan, what have you done? Poor dog. Anyway. I mean, I can assume they mean me, but like, my name isn't John either. And he sure as hell don't spell it with an H. But anyway, you do you, I guess. What do you think triggered him into wanting to rage bait us so bad? Also, is it funny that we can't get a normal commenter? Like, for a second there, I thought that maybe for a second we had a normal person in our chat for once. And instead we get another moron. Not really. I mean, there's hope there. Because maybe at some point... Oh, Ebola. Sorry, I had like an Alien 3 moment in my throat. On one hand, it's like there's hope. We might get some normal people because that guy was almost normal. And then the brain virus, then COVID-19 and the stupid virus got right to his skull. Hold on, I can't read half of this. What are you writing? Because all the letters are merging together after a point. God, I guess we pissed him off. I don't know. Because he's spurging really hard in our chat right now. Anyway. Ooh, what is this?
Make sure you don't leave anything useful behind.
I'm going to try not to, Donovan, but we need to get these radio towers up. Hold on. I farted. It's okay, no one's here, no one can smell it. Let's see, extend the satellite. Extend the satellite! Do you think there's a quest or something that has us do this? Huh. Okay.
Where'd that little fucker go? Wasted! Okay, I'll give you that one.
That's the last of them. According to my database, Rangers rank astonishingly low when it comes to common sense and personal hygiene.
Yeah, I heard trolls had that same problem. Give the Django's moon monkey. Let's see. Whatever the trolls say this shit all the time. Well, here's the thing. It's trolls saying it, so who's going to take it seriously? Like, that's always been my argument. If it's trolls saying it, like, how is it true? Also, it's funny to me because, like... And then he, like, smiles with his thing at the end. Like... Is it funny to anyone else that Russia, one of the people we supported the longest, hates our guts out of nowhere? Like, the table's really flipped on that one. I mean, I've always said what they're doing to Russia with the proxy war and all that, it's wrong, you know? Russia shouldn't be discriminated against because people want to fund Ukraine's war. And now that now that the war is being ended in Ukraine with Russia, now Russia's coming out as a bunch of dicks. I don't really know what to do with that, actually. It's like, I guess Russia did deserve to be shut down. Like, I've never seen a bigger bunch of pansies in all my life. And most of our haters come from Russia right now, I've noticed. It's like, why? Because D-Chat apparently had a comment from 2014. Yeah, but what did he say like since then. Ooh, reactor level. I don't know if I want to go down here. Let's do it. Like, I don't really understand that. Let's see. It's unfortunate PED now has the same meaninglessness as the terms fascist and socialist. Or communist back in the day. Remember back in the day, people would call you a communist if they didn't like you? And then that word lost its meaning because people abused it so much. It's the same idea. Plus, like, they call you a PED just because they don't like you. It's not what a PED is. Let's see. It's, or even terms like spurg. Phil says, no, it holds meaning here. No, it doesn't. You're saying it to be a douche because you're a troll. Nobody spams, nobody types something like that into the chat unless they're a troll. So if you're a troll, it has no meaning. That's how it works. The second you act like a belligerent retard, no one can take you seriously. See? You already proved my point. You're a belligerent retard. Also, it's funny that you want to spell his name, but you don't know how to spell it. That is funny. He's like, I'm going to spell his name in the chat and try to dox him or something. Does it yet again proves he doesn't know how to spell his name. See, he's just calling everyone a pedo at this point. Hence, yet again, proving my point. And if you think I'm offended by this, nope. See, I was raised American. We have a little more, we have a thicker hide than that. I can't follow along with the conversation because it's like letters. He ruined D-chat ruined the flow. D-chat ruined the flow. And it is sad. It truly is because the guy's clearly a moron. He's just calling everyone a pedo now because he just doesn't like what he's being told. I guess. I don't know what his fucking problem is. Well, actually, I know what his problem is. He's probably on behalf of those other people. They've been trying to get under his skin for a while now. I mean, wasn't he just saying he was getting doxxed, and now he's the one over here acting like a moron? Maybe you got doxxed, bitch, because you act like a fucking troll. The more trolls that get doxxed, the better. Fucking like that's like honestly. It's also funny, like a troll doxes him, and the first thing he does is act like a belligerent moron. Like, I guess you couldn't handle being told
Let's move along as
an
soon as
insult,
possible.
or I don't even know at this point. Let's see. Got the fern flowers. Although I will note, when he does the comments like that, it actually blows up our chat more. The more comments you have, the better. That's usually how it works. So I have no complaints. Let's see. I mean, I don't know what he's trying to accomplish. He's an idiot. That or he's trying to teach us that he knows how to spell things, I guess. I don't know. No normal human being comments like that. No normal human being does that. Also, it's funny he's calling everyone a pedo because he doesn't like what he's being told. I called him an idiot, so to be fair. Actually, what really triggered it is that we called South Africa a bunch of rapists and murderers. Because South Africa is full of those kinds of people. That's what they do. And he's like, no, I can't handle this truth about where I live. And decides to call everyone a pedo. Wow, that's real coping skills right there. Just like not really sure what to do with that. Oh, there's a scorpion. And 2 stingwings. Do I really want to interfere? just gross. See any screen caps of anything? Is there any actual evidence for this? Any quotes? And Phil says, did mommy get her brains blown out? DJ says, I don't know. A lot of people get their brains blown out, so be more specific. Is your leg leaking again? Says Phil. 2B grips to take care of that. 2B grips? Really? Is he trolling back? Fuck. Okay. Also, making fun of a potential suicide because brains blown out sounds like you're making fun of a suicide. Not exactly normal person behavior. And D-Chat could ban you for that because that actually violates our term of service. If you can be in our chat, you can't promote shit like that. So, it's up to him if he wants to ban you or not, though. Is that you in the picture? Hold on, I'm looking at a profile picture right here of Phil Hensey. Is that you? You look like a doofus. Why are you in a mental ward? Anyway. Let's see. He looks like a doofus. Anyway. Let's see, what are we doing here? How long have we been streaming? About 3 hours? We'll go for 4. Actually, it's 10:38. Probably should go to bed soon.
Opening fire.
Your destruction is at hand.
Sir.
Oh my god. I like how somebody just runs over and clocks it with a sledgehammer. Let's see. My ass hurts. Did I hit it on the nose? I think you missed wildly.
Who's ready to have their ass kicked? Since you don't seem to be willing to do the world a favor and kill yourself, I guess I'm going to have to do it for you.
Donovan was in the blast radius.
Arm hit badly. Compensating.
Target. Takes care of that.
What is this? Poseidon Reservoir. Phil says you have nothing to live for. Actually, I have plenty of things to live for. I don't know what you're. Wait, are you trying to promote suicide? Does that mean you ran out of things to talk about? Like, wait, is Phil Hensey seriously trying to promote suicide? Bro, you didn't win that good. Like, you gotta do, like, okay. Phil, please jump. Are you serious? I'm on the first floor, actually. But, like, but the question I have, Phil, is if you're gonna promote somebody to off themselves, you need to have them degraded first. Like, they have to feel, oh God, life is so terrible. Oh no. And then that's when you try to start promoting that. I'm not saying you should. I'm saying you cannot get someone to put themselves over the ledge of a cliff until you actually have them broken first. And you calling me a bunch of names in letter-by-letter form isn't really going to do it. See, like that, right there, what you're doing right there, that's retarded. That's not going to make me feel like I should unalive myself. You're acting like a 4-year-old. Neither do you really. Late stage capitalism. He's trying to say that this, what he's doing with the letters, is why we should end our life. I don't care because I already know that's not true. And the way he's doing it, he's clearly a troll. You want us to end our lives because of how you spam letter by letter conversations in the chat. Check this shit out. Hey, Phil, check this shit out. I'm quicker than you. I'm quicker than you. I'm actually writing... If you look at the actual things I've typed, I'm actually typing words in some of these. Like, the word few comes up a lot. You win? No, you don't. Anyway. I'm not sure. I didn't realize this was a contest, though, to be fair. So, like, the fuck? But, like, I can do it, too, is my point. He's like, I win. Win? What did you... Okay, well, what did you win? If you won, you should get a prize, right? Anyway. Oh, hold on. Head didn't come off. There we go. Let's see. I like that. I win. Well, what did you win, then? What was the prize? What was the winning prize? Isn't it weird though finding a lot of duct tape? Spam more. I'm only spamming because you're spamming. Well, I'm not spamming now. I was just stressing that I could do it. Showing you that you're not exactly special. And if you're suggesting that I should end my life because you can spam, well, you're not ending your life because I spam. It's not a good argument is my point. But I'm surprised you didn't catch that. Well, I'm not surprised you didn't catch that because you're retarded. What do you expect? But anyway, let's see. It was right here. Still playing the video game. Did he write easy with easy? It's EASY.
Ready to die for your country, you commie son of a bitch?
Take them down.
Safety's off. Time for you. There was something here. It's gone now.
Think you're tough? Come on!
Powering weapons. Not much of a threat after all.
Where'd the power armor one go? Because those guys always carry the good shit. Oh, here he is. I found his corpse. Let's see. You know, it's like almost 11 at night. Can we like be mature in my chats a little bit? I know it's common for people to come in my chats and act stupid, but can we try to act somewhat mature? Like, my chats are primarily for a place where adults come in, hold adult conversations. So, like, if you could be somewhat mature, or at least act normal. You know, normal. Not like how those fools in South Africa always act.
They won't be needing those items any longer.
Fucking South Africa.
Can you see them, sir?
What? Oh my god! Well, that was just a rambunctious surprise of who hickey. Let's see. We got another raider over here. Bottle cap, shotgun stuff. Let me see here. It's that late. I'm getting tired. Deathclaw. I know, right? I'm getting tired myself. Like, I wanted to stream and have an open chat, talk to people. I think we accomplished that. And I'm glad to announce that we have found a system that works for our chats. I think Phil Hensey got burned out because he stopped doing what he was doing. See? I told you they get burned out after a point. He's really trying to get everybody's attention. He's like, look at me. I'm such a tough guy because I spam in chats. Now end your life. I'm like, that's not really... I'm going to say it. That's not a good plan there. If you want someone to end their life, you need to put more effort into it. like, you need to have them teetering on the edge of life and death before you ask them to end their life. Otherwise, what's the point? Once they're teetering, they'll take their life, and then it'll be easier. You know what I mean? Like, at that point, if we're going to have this conversation, let's have this conversation. But if you're just going to, like, spam a chat, then say they should... That's not really grounds for it. You know what I mean? Like, you're not going to succeed in watching the person self-delete if that's your jam, I guess. If that's how you go about it. It just doesn't, it's just not, you don't have the effort put into it. You know what I mean? Like, if you want someone to kill themselves, you got to put more effort into it. Spamming a bunch of bullshit into my chat isn't really, who the fuck, that's another thing, too. It's going to be okay, Donovan. Just, oh my god. Jesus, Donovan. Think about it. Who the fuck deletes their life over spam in a chat? Well, actually, Inquisitor 3, actually, now that I think about it. But, like, that guy, he dealt with it for fucking months. And then he hung himself, right? I don't see myself doing that because at the end of the day, it's like Inquisitor 3 was an idiot. I'm going to say something really controversial here. This is cancel culture worthy. Get your fucking clips ready. I'm going to say it. Inquisitor 3 was an idiot. He had so much to live for. And he knew it wasn't true. All he had to do was live. You can do this, man. Fuck the haters. Fuck the trolls. Fuck the liars. It's not like everybody believed it either. Like, no one believed he was actually a pedo when they called him a pedo. Because he wasn't one, right? Everybody knows that. That's why we celebrate his death as something to be sad over. If he was a pedo, then good fucking riddance. He's dead. That wasn't the case. He had so much to live for. Nobody believed it. And he deleted his life. He ended it. It was one of the dumbest decisions in TikTok history. Almost dumber than banning the platform for a spell. By the way, that ban lasted literally, what, a day? Thank you, Donald Trump, for that bit of stupidity. But, like, honestly, I mean, oh my. Let's go this way. Let's just go this way. That's really dirty over there. It's.
Kill them all!
Oh my god. We've killed so many Deathclaws, man. Like, he had so much to live for. He was an idiot. No one believed the slander. And he was innocent. That's why we celebrate his death as a tragedy. We don't say, yeah, fuck him, glad he's dead. No, we're actually saddened by that as a platform. YouTube as a whole addresses it as a tragedy. They lied about him, and he took his own life. He was a fucking moron. Because if it's not true and no one believes it to begin with, why did you end it? He was on the path to become one of the legends of TikTok. Maybe of the internet as a whole. Look how big he is, and he's dead. I'm like, he's a fucking moron. He was a fucking moron. Because if he's innocent, you have no reason to end it all. Fight. And that's why Elias exists. Elias is like the new Inquisitor. He's like resurrected and reincarnated for vengeance. I'm like, Jesus Christ, Elias. Like, what the fuck is that whole gimmick, right? And Elias, I guess, has like kind of the idea that, you know, he was bummed out by the fact that the guy ended his life due to the slander being called something he wasn't. But like, honestly, why did he end it? It's one of the dumbest things. Like, okay, there was an argument, right? A woman cheats on her husband, and the husband's like, I have to kill myself. And then the guy on the hotline's like, wouldn't it make more sense to kill her? You know what I mean? Like, because she's the one cheating on you, right? Inquisitor's the same thing. It's like, honestly, why did you end it, man? You could have fought back. You could have made these people look like fools. And mind you, nobody believed what they said. They were calling him a pedo in the chats when it wasn't true. And no one believed it, even still. He was on a roll. Like the dumbest shit humanly imaginable. And come on, this is Inquisitor we're talking about here. The guy who's a TikTok legend because he ended his life due to slander of a couple of trolls who wanted to try and cancel him for whatever reason they had at the time, right? A planned coordinated attack on his reputation, and he could have won that. For some dumb reason, it haunted him. Maybe he did diddle a kid. Like, you have to wonder, right? Like, why did he kill himself? No one wants to hear this because everyone wants to suck his corpsely dick right at this point. Like, honestly, why did he end it? He was either a fucking moron or maybe it was true. Maybe Inquisitor was a fucking diddler. No. Too much evidence is against that. So here's the thing. He was a fucking moron. He's like, eventually they'll believe it. You see, that's your problem right there. You actually have faith in society to believe something stupid. No. They have to be pushed into believing something stupid. And this is 2 trolls versus the thousands that we have. Here's the funny part. We have thousands and people still don't believe it. We have thousands of trolls and people still don't believe the slander. Trolls believe the slander because they're on board with creating it, right? But, like, if thousands of trolls doesn't work, how are your 2 ever going to fuck you over? Like, I don't understand that. Inquisitor was a fucking moron. I know, he's dead. We should respect the dead. I'm not disrespecting the dead. I'm saying it was stupid they ended his life. Because your life had so much value, man, and then you chose to end it because some idiot called you a chomo. With no proof whatsoever. With no actual proof. Like, I don't even know where to begin. I don't even know. Anything I say is going to come off as wildly offensive. I know this to be true, okay? But seriously. Like, fucking seriously. Like, I have never in my life had such a bold opinion that I'm going to make right fucking now. Oh, hold on. Not the crown. The Inquisitor 03 was a fucking moron. Because he had so much to live for, and there was no reason for people to believe that to be true, and nobody did. You look at the numbers, nobody believed it. But they spammed that in his chats, even still, because he live streamed doing music, cosplaying as Ghost from Call of Duty, right? So I guess, to be fair, Phil Hensey is just trying to repeat what happened to Inquisitor. Here's the thing. I'm not Inquisitor. I don't give a shit, okay? People get mad at me and they call me a pedo because they don't like me, okay? Because I don't rage the way they want. It's rage bait, okay? I'm aware that they're lying. I'm aware that it's rage bait. So why would I fucking kill myself? I have so much to live for. I'm going to get my dick sucked next week, okay? I have a lot to live for. I have so much to live for. So like, at this point, and what's fucked up is I'm not even kidding about that. I'm going to actually get my... So, everybody, I have an appointment next week to get my dick sucked. Literally. By a woman's mouth, okay? She's going to put her mouth on my cock and suck till milk comes out. I have a lot as a man to live for, okay? I have to... And why is it an appointment? Because she said next week. I'm assuming it's a date, okay? Let's be honest here. If that shit's going on in my life right now, I said it. Today was a day that was too good for me to get pissed off. Okay? So if I know that these things are in my future, why would I end it? It's fucking stupid. Like fucking Inquisitor 3 wannabe over here. Fucking bullshit. Anyway, let's see. We're almost done. We're just putting everything away right now. Let's see. To be fair, it was Inquisitor that sort of brought attention to the issue to begin with. Like, it's one thing for internet people to know how accusations fling measly, but it's the normies that didn't know. Inquisitor was an example normies saw to understand false allegations. I guess him dying is what led people to understanding that people can lie. So I guess he died for a reason, right? God's up there like, we need to figure out how to deal with the slander in this world. We're going to kill this guy. Like, God's over like, all right, Inquisitor. God walks up to Inquisitor one day. I need you to hang yourself. Why? Because we need people to understand that slander is a lie. And a lot of people are lying. So we need someone to be a victim. You know, a martyr, if you will. So the Inquisitor's like, but God, I don't believe in you. God's are like, shit, he's not Christian. That's right. He's a Catholic. I know, I forgot about that. And God's over here just like trying to push Inquisitor to do it because he's like, look, I need you to hang yourself. Why? Because, well, you know, it's just, shit, how do I explain this? So people like to lie about people and spread misinformation that can be damaging to a person's life. I need you to be the example. Inquisitor's like, but I don't believe in God. He's like, God damn it, I forgot about that. What is he? Is it what's it called? Snapping his fingers like this. Is it a atheist? No, I'm an agnostic. God, what the frick does that mean? It's just some stupid shit. It's the stupidest fucking shit. Anyway, you can tell that everything that's been going on in the chat doesn't bother me right now because I'm having too good of a time. Let's see. Let's see. Winner, are you looting stuff? Can I get in here? Let's put in these things: the machete, the missile launcher, and I guess I'll put in that. All right. Let's see. So if we go to our inventory, we have frag grenades. Somehow I couldn't put that one away though. Let's see those. That fine and dandy. Oh, hold on. Deathclaw hands, gold watch, Angus Moon monkey, pack of cigarettes. Perfect. We are good. All right. I like how ammo has no weight in this game. We have 2 mini nukes, 29 missiles, 1 railway spike. Like it's one thing to order at that comment. All right. All right, guys. I feel like I'm going to call it in a second. Donovan, Deadpool, Winter. What are you doing over here, Winter?
Yes, sir.
I'm just checking in on you. All right. Let's do 6 hours. Anyway, that's just my take on the whole Inquisitor thing. I think Inquisitor was kind of a goofball and a moron because he had a lot to live for, you know. Anyway, we're going to save here. And then we're going to quick save. Tired as a rock. I know, I'm kind of there myself. Alright, we're going to quit to the main menu. We're going to call it here, guys. This has been one of our best streams we've had in a while. But before we go, let's look at the analytics. 5 concurrent viewers, 131 views, a very, very active chat rate, which is insane. According to the chat rate, it was insane. Alright. I'm going to call it here, guys. We will stream again tomorrow. I do not know what time. I know that sometimes my schedule changes depending on what I'm doing. But probably tomorrow in the afternoon somewhere. And I'm going to lay like a stone. Yeah, I'm about to do the same because I'm tired. Winter might want to watch a movie and it's still technically... Oh, it's 11 p.m. I got to go to bed. But anyway, you guys have an amazing night. Everybody tuned in. Thanks for contributing to the chat, or at least trying to. I will see you all in the next one. Peace out. Adios.